Aside from
Hello, everybody. Gaming. We're here to talk about gaming.
Yeah,
Mario, take it away.
I'm playing Red Dead Redemption for the sake of background footage. Otherwise, you're just gonna look at a loading screen.
Alright, boys, so we're here to talk about a game, and it's a very particular game. What's the game again?
It's called The Coffin of Andy and Leyley.
Coffin of Andy and Leyley. You heard him here, folks. Now, from what I hear...
It's known called Incest the video game, essentially.
From what I hear, there's a couple of dialogue paths that this thing can go down, and some of them are not so family friendly.
No, not at all. So, I mean, then again, that's the whole point. It's meant to be a horror, but as you can read the title, there's just a fine line you do not cross.
And unlike most people, we are not very afraid to get demonetized because we make no money anyway. So, you know, we're gonna dig deep into this one.
Yeah, we're assholes. By the way, this is gonna be cut into two parts. The first one here is we don't know shit about the game, and the second one is when we actually tell you about what we know once we watch gameplay.
So this one's just going to be basically us sitting here tearing this thing apart and judging every single minute detail just because of the fact that we want to, without actually knowing what it's about.
Hissy fit in the comments.
And also, don't dox us, or else I don't know, like, I'll cry.
Yeah, because the creator got doxxed, so we need to say this just for safety purposes. Don't go around doxing people. That's just a piece of
Don't dox us, or else I'll, I don't know, throw a bag of flaming crap through your window.
Yeah, doxing's not cool, bro. Shouldn't you be busy,
cool,
like, contributing to society?
Winners don't dox people.
Alright, now let's get to... Alright, now let's cut the shit. So, the Coffin of Andy and Leyley, it's like, how do I explain it? It's, like
from what I hear,
like, it works like a graphic
yeah, from what I hear,
novel,
it's a visual novel game.
Yeah, but you can actually move around, talk, and
adventure.
interact with things. Yeah, there you go. But the whole point, from what I can tell, is that the parents are pieces of shit. They raise the kids like in a cult or something, and there's the point where the kids like tie up the parents, butcher them, and eat them.
Ah, thanks, son. You sure are a good son.
Thanks.
I always wanted to be murdered.
Thanks, son, for fucking killing me.
Thanks, son. That's what I raised you to do.
You're welcome, Dad.
So, dear
we're mainly taking issue with the fact that you can commit incest in the game.
Okay, yeah, that's the main issue. We don't really... I don't think we care about anything else that goes on in the game, because, listen, there's a very particular thing around here, and it's simple. It's called, you can't really go doing that. You can't go encouraging that kind of stuff, especially by giving people the option.
And
if you give them the option...
the whole point is to be like, oh, you chose it, why are you getting mad? Yeah, but you're giving us the option. Like, you're giving
The mere fact that you're giving them the option, the avenues to go down that path is the problem. It's not the fact that you're not encouraging, or like you're trying to, like, not, like, tell them this is wrong. You don't have to say that. You just shouldn't be there in the first place.
There's also the fact that one of the most common defenses I hear about this is that, oh, it's horror. It's meant to make you uncomfortable. Yeah, when you go into
There's a difference between being uncomfortable and just straight up being disgusted by what you're doing.
Yeah, there's just a fine line, like. And I think what makes it worse is, like, if you watch, like, let's say, incest scene in a movie, I guess that makes it, quote-unquote, right? Because you're not participating, you're just watching. It's a movie.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about what a movie director thinks is okay. Even then, the movie director is most likely going to be investigated soon after making that movie because of obvious reasons.
No, it's telling you, hey, you're the one holding the controller. Hey, buddy, you do what you want. That's just making it weird.
That's a bad idea, at least in terms of people, because there are a lot of people out here. There's a lot of people on this big orb of dirt that we live on.
And most of them are pretty fucking weird.
Some of them, let's just say that some of them have a couple loose screws up here.
And may need to go outside and touch some grass.
Yeah, so naturally, there's going to be a couple weirdos out there that see this, and then they're probably going to immediately... Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's more than likely that there's going to be someone that thinks that after seeing this in a video game, it's probably perfectly fine to go do it out and do it, actually.
Hang on. I remember I saw this post online while I was investigating the Coffin of Andy and Leyley. You know sometimes they'll, like, put, like, 4chan messages on the internet?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Let me read
Top 10 biggest regrets of all time, putting anything on 4chan.
Okay, hang on. I saw this, like, post. I need to find it. It's gonna take a while. Okay, hang on. Give me a minute. Okay, so repeat what you said about going out and actually doing that.
You see, the issue is that if you give those people the avenues, they're eventually gonna like actually think, wait a minute, what if I go out and do that for real?
Anonymous.
What if I do?
Motherfuckers lied to me. Be me. See all the incest is wincest memes on the board. Have a hot sister. Invite her to play some vidya with me. We share some witty banter. I decide to up the ante and rub her thigh. She asked me what I was doing that. Going for a kiss, she freaks out and tells our parents. Mom is crying, Dad is threatening to kick me out.
Huh, who would have figured? It's not like that's...
so...
It's not like that's a logical reason to kick somebody out of your house for being an absolute lunatic.
Yeah, what did I just say, you weirdos?
I was about to say, that right there, that unironically sounded like a straight-up copy pasta, like the kind of stuff you'd hear, like the, you know, like the Navy SEAL copy pasta and the Vaporeon copy pasta, crap like that.
Yeah.
That's gonna one of these days be a meme.
Yeah, but if that is real, which, considering it's 4chan, there's a high possibility, but if it is real, brother, you need to go outside. Seek therapy.
You need some help.
Go see Dr. Phil, go see fucking Chris Hansen,
yeah, you need
go
to,
outside.
okay, number one, you need more than Dr. Phil, you need to go, like, commune with Jesus.
We need to put you in the white room in the insane asylum, like, we need to call the paddy wagon.
We gotta go get Dr. Loomis and tell him that we have a bigger evil than Michael.
Michael! No, we got Diddler.
We got the Fiddler.
The Fiddly Diddly.
Listen here, buddy. Bucko, that's not okay. That's the issue. See, that's the issue with the game that I take personally. Because outside of that, there is literally no limits to what you can do with a horror movie and or game. You could show literally the most disgusting graphic thing that you could ever imagine. But as long as it adheres to some manner of rules, it's okay enough to be shown.
Yeah, because in the rules of cinema, there are just some things you cannot show. Like, I think it's like a written Hollywood
Dude, go look at the Serbian film. That entire thing got banned in almost every country.
There's also the fact you cannot show violence against children. Like, they can die, you just cannot show direct violence. Like, you can't show an image of a cop shooting a zombie or something.
If you ever need, like, a list of things that you can't do in a movie or video game, go look at the Serbian film. That is a perfect example of everything you should not be able to show on a movie and or video game. Perfect example. Extreme ultra-violence, let's just say not so nice things committed against people of the juvenile area, you know?
Warning, we do not take accountability if you are traumatized by this film. Please do not listen to Uncle. He's just Uncle Death, and he's lost his marbles. Just like me, we are just rambling assholes.
Yeah, fun fact, don't go out of your way to watch this movie unless you absolutely know what you're getting into. Like, I'm not even joking.
Yeah, it's traumatizing.
It's actually probably one of the most, like, you know, I have a pretty war-hardened stomach, but after watching that thing, I actually felt like the need to hurl.
Yeah, I don't blame you, just the Serbian, There's a reason, like, why sub-movies just never see the light of day in cinemas and just go straight to DVD.
Yeah, there's a good reason why Serbian film was actually banned in multiple countries.
It was banned in several countries already.
So, point is that's like a list of reasons why you cannot do that kind of stuff. Now, this game said, you know what? Okay, we're gonna dip our toes into the deep end a little bit. We're gonna throw in a little bit of, you know, ye old incest. That was not a very good idea in my opinion. I think
what makes it worse is the fact that I guess you just associate siblings with like innocence, happy times, just fucking around. I don't think you associate with that.
Yeah, that's the issue, is that if you dip your toe into the water, eventually you're just gonna fall straight in. Like, that's usually how these things work. So, like, what if they make another movie, like, make another game or a sequel? They have to go twice as hard in order to maintain an audience that's like, yeah!
Yeah, the audience, from what I can tell, the fans and audience are still big, even if they're just a bunch of, like, people who hate the game. We're like the Muppets, yeah. You know, like those, like, two Muppet, like, old fuckers that really, like, are critics?
Yeah, the peanut gallery.
Yeah, that's us, we're the peanut gallery.
We're watching this only for the sake of making fun of it.
Yeah, but we're also trying to be respectful at the same time. We're not complete assholes. Like, making a game.
We're not complete. Notice, where Uncle and Mr. 1980s are not complete assholes.
Yeah, we acknowledge that making a game is a lot of effort, time, patience, money. So yeah, we respect that.
Yeah, basically, just don't. If you enjoy this game for any other for the other reasons, yeah, there is no problem with that, obviously.
Yeah,
but,
like all power to you, man.
There are issues with the game that, personally, a lot of people are going to take because of the nature of the thing that is involved and one of the dialogue paths. Because I don't personally feel like screaming at the top of my lungs right now because, people, my next door neighbors are going to hear incest at the top of their lungs.
And it doesn't really help that the artist, main developer, posted an image of Andy and Leyley, or in this case Ashley, and I think fucking...
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah, they posted an image of Andy and Leyley hugging each other, giving us the middle finger, saying "cry about it." When you say that, it makes it concerning.
That's not the way to handle bad press, by the way.
No.
I'm gonna just say, no, this isn't like one of those things where you could say, oh, cry about it, it's a design decision. This is one of those things where you need to be like, oh, we made a mistake, alright? Like, this is not one of those things where you can sit there and be like, fucking loser, square.
But I also do kind of agree to an extent, because like the original people who were hating on it were like actually deranged, like they were going out of their way to be huge assholes to it.
Yeah. Now, the thing is that I haven't actually seen too much gameplay of it. All I know is that it's a visual novel, naturally. But
yeah, like we said, the whole point is that we're just trying to explain what we know, and while also exploring
all I know about the
topics.
story is literally just that you murder your neighbor for no reason because he's nearby, I guess, and then you just, you go after everybody else nearby, which just so happens to be your parents, and that's about it. That's
Thanks,
where my
Dad.
cut off. Thanks, Father. I came out of you.
Now I'm gonna eat you.
I came out of you, and now I will consume you for nutrients.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Father.
I don't think the father is even in the game. Like, I've looked. I think it's just the mom.
Well then.
So, either the dad is dead, he's long gone, or he's...
If he is long gone, by the way, then he dodged a goddamn bullet.
Hey, honey, I bet... Oh my god, you're all dead.
He, walks in, the floor's just covered in blood. He's like, oh, dear God.
Honey, oh my god.
He's like, I went to go get milk 3 years ago. What happened?
Dad, we, ate everyone.
He, pulls out a buck knife immediately and runs.
Nope, and then he just nopes the fuck out.
He, he opens the door, he's like, honey, oh my God. He just, turns around and immediately starts sprinting.
Dad, come back. We need to add you to our chili. Chili.
Yeah, okay, that's the thing. There have been other stories that incorporate things like, cannibalism, stuff like that.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that's a great example.
That is common ground shredded by horror movies and games a lot, but the thing is that usually the cannibalism part, that stuff's that's the hardcore stuff, whenever you're going from just ultra violence up into stuff that turns your stomach. That's usually where most horror games and movies would cut it off.
There's also the point that, like I said, uncomfortability, what you said, uncomfortable. The audience is just going to turn it off.
There's a difference between uncomfortable and just straight up disgusted.
Yeah, if it's disgusting or just flat out uncomfortable, then why progress? You're just going to end it there.
Yeah, I was about to say, if I don't want to go forward anymore, then I'm just not going to do it. I mean, I know for a fact there are going to be, obviously with a horror game, if I buy the game, I'm going to play it all the way through. But if I'm getting on, a path that I don't want to go down, I'm not gonna keep going.
And it just ruins the vibe. The whole game, it looks interesting.
It's all, creepy.
Yeah, your sister manipulates you, you killed your parents, you're a cannibal, you're on the run. Yeah, this sounds really exciting. Didn't you want to fuck your sister? What?
Wait, what? Okay, that's one thing. I don't know exactly what the path is that causes that, and I don't know if I should look into it more, because there could be potential reason behind it. Wait, what?
They fuck.
That's it?
There is a cutscene after a while.
Oh God, no,
if you continue,
no, we can't, no.
Okay,
no,
I will describe this to you.
You can't do that on the internet.
She has bite marks on her.
Okay, listen here. There's a different. Okay, that's more concerning. If you were to have snoo with somebody that that ate somebody, I'm pretty sure if you found bite marks on you in the morning, I'm pretty sure you'd want to start running.
No, they're evidently just weirder.
Just a bit weird.
Very weird.
Just a wee bit strange. Also, why? Okay, let's avoid the snoo subject.
Just in general, like, it's just uncomfortable. Like,
it's gross.
It's just weird. Yeah, it's weird.
It's gross. It's uncharted territory that was never to be charted, not even by, like, stuff like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and that was some disturbing stuff.
Yeah, and like the original film, like, even though it's not that gore, like, it's banned. It's still banned in some countries.
I was about to say, like, there are movies that are extremely brutal and, like, actually can get some, like, ugh out of you. But, for some reason, even they stray away from this kind of stuff for good reason. Both legal trouble as well as just general, like, public reception.
Yeah, there's public outcry.
Naturally. Now, the bigger issue, obviously, being that people, especially the less held together among us, are going to most likely imitate this kind of stuff or think it's okay.
Yeah, hence the post I just showed. Well, more like
Naturally.
Talked about. Yeah, I can't really show it, but yeah, you get the point.
Naturally, that's where most of the outcry is coming from, is those people who are thinking, oh, someone's going to imitate that, I know it. Now, as uncommon as the likelihood of somebody actually doing that because they saw it in a video game... okay, let's be honest here. I think that the whole, like, video games cause violence and stuff like that, it's a lie. Like, there's no way that people would see stuff like this and imitate it.
It just gets you pissed off.
But, I'm just saying that in the situation that is going on here... You don't want to give avenues for what is basically softcore, you know. I don't want to get Mario's
softcore
YouTube.
P word.
I don't want to get Mario's YouTube video banned to the Shadow Realm, so I'm not going to say it.
We'll just say in family-friendly terms. Softcore adult entertainment. There we go.
Yeah. The dad's videotapes.
Yeah. Like, I think there's a time in the game where, like, fucking, what's her name? Ashley, yeah, there we go. She, like, locks your girlfriend in a closet. I think, no, not your girlfriend. I think just some woman who has asthma in a place that's filled to the brim with dust. So, yeah, I understand the whole game is meant to be, yeah, it's messed up, yeah, but, like you said, messed up and just flat out weird and uncomfortable are another thing.
Another thing I noticed is, obviously, the uncut sadism I've heard from this game. Like, seriously, like, the characters in these are extremely sadistic.
Uncle, they ate their parents.
I know. And personally, I don't see any problem with, like, a good amount of sadism from your killer, because, like, logically, if they're a murderer, they're probably not going to care too much about how other people feel.
Hang on, pause. Alright, so you know how I said...
Imagine if Jason Voorhees, like, stopped mid-swing and he's just like, are you okay?
Wait, hang on, pause, just real quick. Alright, so you know how I said they tie up their parents?
Yeah.
Do you want to know what they use? It's pretty funny.
What? I'd love to know. Oh.
Christmas lights. Deck the halls with
Mom, you want to be a Christmas tree?
La.
Hey, Mama, you want to be a Christmas tree?
Uncle. Deck
God
the halls
forbid they go near the mistletoe.
Siblings. La.
God forbid they go near the mistletoe.
Please do not sue us. If any developers watching this, please don't sue us. We're just assholes.
They aren't gonna sue us. We're just two idiots sitting on a couch, basically, at this point.
Yeah. Now,
literally, all you need to review something is just two idiots sitting on a couch, and that's about it.
We did also say we would go broader with the topic aside from just the game, so let's go into other topics, but we'll still talk about the game, yeah?
Yes, sure.
Now, there are some limits to, like I said, horror. Like, some movies, like, I don't care if it's art house, like, why do you make them? Yes, it's like, yeah, I made a movie, but what do you gain from it if it's just disgusting?
I was about to say, there needs... Okay, that's the thing. I don't know how, alluring the actual storyline of the game is. Like, if it's, like, actually really good, well-written stuff, I might consider actually sitting through the entire thing. But I don't know whether or not it's actually well-written, so it could just be uncut sadism and sheer disgustingness the entire time.
Yeah, if it's just flat-out gore, like 24/7, then you get nothing from it. It's just gross at one point. Gore, go ahead, I don't care, but at one point it just gets uncomfortable.
You know that one movie that came out recently, like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
Yeah, what about it?
That thing, okay, number one, that thing had, like, one of the worst written plots I have ever seen in an entire movie.
But it sounds really funny.
No, the entirety of the thing was terrible from start to finish, as well as also having poor writing and directing. And the only thing they had to maybe make it worth it was the gore, and even then they didn't have too much of that, because, you know, you couldn't really get away with that.
Yeah, and gore can
But
only save a film so much.
Yeah, you can only try so hard. Look at the Hellraiser movies if you think that gore can't save a movie. Because seriously.
Oh yeah, Hellraiser. We all know about Hellraiser.
Hellraiser. I like how the movies in Hellraiser got like they started off really well written. Then they went like, okay, this is pretty okay. It's not that bad. Then it went to straight up trash. But the gore went in reverse. It went from okay, this is mild to dear God, there's blood everywhere.
It went from, this is fine, to the crimes I have witnessed cannot be spoken.
To, this is an affront against humanity itself.
God is dead.
This is an affront against humanity itself.
Alright, there are also some just disgusting things about movie, because I remember I saw this one, I never watched it, but you know how sometimes they have like list videos, people talking about movies and shit?
Yeah.
I heard of this one movie. I will never watch it, no matter how much you pay me. Hear me out. This is what it's called: Slaughtered Vomit Dolls.
Slaughtered Vomit Dolls.
From what I can tell, from what someone talked about, the whole movie is essentially just violence and puking. No plots.
Why?
I don't know.
Listen, man. Okay, listen. There's a difference between trying to get your violence kick for today and like just straight up making something that's just straight up poorly, like outright terrible.
And just disgusting in general. Like, who are you hoping to attract?
Okay, listen. Don't get me wrong. There is a good place for vomit scenes, and especially in stuff like action movies and crap like that.
And
like,
just
you know,
comedy movies as well.
Okay, look at like there's a certain video game. You know, if any of you out there have played Hotline Miami.
Ooh, good one.
You know
Oh
that
yeah,
scene
Jack, he vomits after the violence.
Right after murdering a homeless guy that he didn't mean to murder, obviously, because he's just that kind of dude. He immediately vomits because he's clearly distraught over the fact that he just murdered an innocent man.
Even the game asks you, like, do you know what you're doing, man? Like, are you okay? The game judges you.
See, that's the thing. With, like, certain games, sure, they admittedly, like, the entirety of the game is kind of looking at the actions of the character in a downward way.
But it judges you as well.
There's a difference between the game actually straight up telling you that you're a terrible person and what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah, like, have you ever heard of Spec Ops: The Line? Have you ever heard of that game?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, as you progress, the game even judges you, saying, do you feel like a hero? Like, it judges you for your actions.
Another, like, okay, that's the kind of stuff that I would admit. Now, if they did admittably tell you straight up that it is wrong, it would kind of take away from the whole choose your own adventure thing.
And it more or less just tells you, like, then why the fuck are you playing this game?
I was about to say, everything you do is wrong. It's not like you can fight against this.
No, like, that's life, dude.
You gotta live with it.
That's life.
You're a terrible person.
Yeah, you're a dickhead.
Basically, is that what I hear about the game itself is that it's generally pretty brutal.
Hang on, I'm trying to chew gum at the same time.
Apparently, Mario can't seem to understand how to chew gum and talk at the same time.
No, I need to go get soda. I'll be right back. Uncle, if you talk about, I know what you said during the Dead Island 2 video, the second one that I've yet to upload. I'm going to strangle you.
Oh, Mario sure does love sucking gum.
I'm gonna shove this microphone up your ass. You know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna go get soda. Shut up.
Alright, howdy audience. I'm now completely uncut and uncensored, so I can, y'all ever heard of, I've run out of topics already. Well, ever heard of The Lunatics? That was a terrible TV show way back in the day. Y'all ever heard of Chris McLean? You know, the host from Total Drama Island? Bepsis. Pepsi. The drink of the common man and the drink of the gentleman at the same time. Pepsi, sponsorship deal. I'm right here. I got $1.55. If you'll sponsor us, Pepsi, I'll give it right to your CEO. Mail it straight to him. So Pepsi, sponsor Mario. Send all of the funds directly to me, and then I'll buy infinite Pepsi. So yeah, Pepsi. Yeah, they're a pretty good brand. I was trying to secure a sponsorship with Pepsi for you, you asshole.
The irony is that I just came back with a Pepsi.
Pepsi, the drink of the gentleman.
Also, yeah, about the doxing, I just looked up some people are just getting doxed for like making memes and content about the game, so we have to make this blatantly clear just one more time. Guys, we do not support, we do not hate the game.
At your own dox me at your own peril. I will find and throw a bag of crap.
He has a gun. He will shoot you.
I will find you and I will kill you.
So we must emphasize this again. Please, we do not support nor hate this game. We are just talking about it and reviewing it like we're assholes. So please, just fuck off.
So Pepsi, please sponsor us.
Yes. Doxing is not cool, brother. Go outside, go contribute to society.
Winners don't dox people.
Cool kids don't dox. Cool kids play games. Fuck, I don't know. I'm not good with these slogans.
I'm not good at slogans either.
Anyway, so where were we before I went to go get Pepsi?
I forget. I went on a really long rant about I think I brought up a random thing. I think I'm pretty sure I brought up a bunch of random movies and games, and then I also immediately went on a long rant about Pepsi. So I kind of lost my place.
Okay, let's talk about something else, but we can try and get back on track. Let's see. Just regulations in horror, I guess, somewhere along those lines.
Okay. Generally.
Oh yeah, we were talking about slaughtered vomit dolls, like how weird and disgusting it is. Like just the weirdness.
Yeah, I never actually saw that movie, but now
that I'm
hearing about
don't you ever watch this movie? I have not, and yeah, I refuse to watch it as well.
That's the thing, is that some movies are just straight up just there to gross people out, and I don't understand why, because if you have no plot, and you have no storyline, why should I watch it?
And what do you get from making these movies? Who are you hoping to attract?
Like, listen, there's a difference between, like, the Los Santos Ripper, where it has, like, a paper-thin plot, but, like, the thing is that we put effort into that.
Yeah, we genuinely tried.
Meanwhile, whenever you just throw together a bunch of murder scenes and say, yeah, this is a movie,
like, who are you hoping to attract? Like, it feels like as a movie, and it feels like just an etiquette in general.
It even fails in effort, usually.
Yeah, they just throw in 3 scenes and say, yeah, that's a movie.
Yeah, here, I'll tell you exactly how they film, like, the vast majority of those, like, low-budget movies. They throw, like, $5 at some random guy on the street, and they say, hey, you, act dead.
No, they're just giving $5 heroin and saying, alright buddy, here's what we need you to do. We need you to scratch your ass for this one scene. Trust me, it's vital for the movie.
Alright, listen here, man. I need you to do this 50-pound bag of cocaine.
It's vital for the movie, trust me, bro.
I assure you.
You know, this also reminds me of something else. So, Uncle, have you ever heard of the movie Cannibal Holocaust?
No, and I don't think I want to hear about it now.
Okay, so Cannibal Holocaust, it's essentially like a found footage mixed with a live action movie. So basically, these guys go to the Amazon rainforest, they collect footage recovered from 3 explorers who went to go investigate a cannibal tribe.
Okay.
And the whole film is, the found footage is essentially them terrorizing and harassing the tribe, killing them, until they ultimately die themselves. Now, one of the scenes, if I remember correctly, one of the most iconic and most shocking scenes, it shows a tribesman from the ass to the mouth, a pole going through, you know, like impaled.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, it's banned in several countries, one of them being like Iceland and I think Canada and other countries.
Okay.
So, Cannibal Holocaust is essentially, it got, like, when I say fine line of horror, like, they believed it was real. They genuinely believed this movie was real. The director was arrested. The director was arrested because they thought it was real, like a snuff footage. The actors, so they signed an NDA.
I love the idea that you could be arrested for doing too well.
So because I think Alright, side note, in the Blair Witch Project, the actors, they like sign an agreement not to be like in public or media for a few years to sell the authenticity. The actors for Cannibal Holocaust, they did it too. But because they said it was so real, they had to come out and appear in court to show like, yeah, we're not dead, it was just a movie.
I love the idea that they literally arrested this man because he was that good at making a movie.
And well, then again, it was one of the first ever found footage movies. People don't expect that. Like, when Blair Witch Project came out, they did not know it was real. Like, they made websites, fake wanted posters, they thought it was real. And Cannibal Holocaust, it came out first. It was one of the first ever found footage movies, so many people have never heard of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, admittedly, if you were to suddenly find a random movie that is created from exclusively shaky camera shots, then yeah, you'd probably also think it's real.
And being one of its first, yeah, I genuinely would have believed it back then as well. The movie today, I mean, as of telling you this, it is hard to find. Of course, you're not gonna find it like at a fucking Walmart, but you can find it online. Now, there are some pieces of clips missing, one of them being apparently an infamous scene called Road to Hell or something. Now, it's mostly unrated. There are some cut versions of it. It depends on what you want, like the Grindhouse version, etc., etc.
I don't understand why they would... Okay, literally, imagine having your movie heavily censored because you did too well on making it look real.
What, you want to watch it? Be my guest.
Okay, that's the thing, is that you said it wasn't exactly like... It isn't... I'm assuming it isn't too, like, you know...
Too what?
I'm assuming it isn't too, like, over the top and with the aggressive violence, because if it is overly high in the violence category, and they did...
I think one of them had an R-word scene.
Why?
Cannibal Holocaust. Like, because the main characters, the ones that went to the Amazon forest... Okay, so let me explain. There are two main characters. First one are like the directors, I guess, like the people who like found the footage and presenting it and seeing like what the explorers did. And the second batch are the explorers. The explorers are assholes, like actual assholes.
Legitimate conquistadors reborn.
Essentially, yeah, they went in there, they attacked the tribesmen, they killed them. And even the actors who played the tribesmen, they got really mad with the director because they were under real burning villages. So they risked their lives.
I mean, admittedly, I could imagine how hard it would be to wear a flame-retardant suit while you're also needing to be
Oh no, they did not wear a
flame-retardant
suit. They did not. They were naked. Essentially, like, you know, like the stereotypical tribe underwear or something?
I'm assuming they're wearing, like, the loincloth, like, caveman style. Okay, I was about to say, okay, number one, so basically we have modern conquistadors. They show up, they're just like, I'm gonna rip you a new one.
Yep.
And then immediately, obviously, actually, I want to know how they got done in.
Alright, so, I don't remember most of it, I only vividly remember it, but one of the scenes has one of them, like, I think, don't quote me on this, being bludgeoned over the head with a mallet or something.
Okay, so basically, I'm assuming one of the tribesmen managed to get the jump on the guy. It just turns his head into chunky salsa with a club.
From what I can tell, yes. Don't quote me on that, though. Like I said, it's been a while.
Okay, so that's one down, I assume.
Yeah, they all die. All three of the explorers. There's a scene where they have their skull. They have their skull. It's fake, of course. God, I hope so. Where it shows the aftermath. The cannibals literally ate them.
So basically what I'm hearing is that this is a bunch of random, like, modern conquistadors pushing a random tribe to their absolute limit before they eventually just go full caveman mode and destroy them.
Essentially, yeah. That's one of the fine lines of horror. Just like, aside from the acting, it's just like etiquette and how you treat your cast and crew.
Okay, yeah, that one's a bit more, like, movie-specific, because with video games, you don't really need to worry about cast or crew.
I mean, if you just want to be a piece of shit to your voice actors, then yeah, go ahead.
I mean, hey, admittably, if you want to have them down in your editing dungeon, you know, constantly reciting lines until their vocal cords are bleeding.
And doing a bad job at voice acting, because they're not going to be happy if you treat them like shit.
Admittably, they're probably going to be going,
oh no, I'm being attacked. Whatever will I do?
Hey guys, I swear to God, I'm not holding in a stupid shit right now.
Like, one of the other fine lines of horror is just certain scenes, because, once again, these are human beings, and if you expect them to do just really weird scenes, most of them are going to say no.
Yeah. You aren't gonna get, like, Brandon Fraser to do a nude scene where he, like, I don't know, he beats somebody to death with a rubber mallet.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get fucking with M. Night Shyamalan, even though he's a director, M. Night Shyamalan, to get into a bar brawl with brass knuckles.
You're not gonna go out of your way and get Darman Films to do a gimp suit scene where he massively massages somebody.
Jenna Ortega, I need you to juggle some chainsaws.
I need you to juggle some chainsaws while wearing a latex suit for no reason.
Trust me, it's for the plot. You need to understand.
It makes sense in terms of the movie, all right. It might not make sense right now. I swear.
It just works.
It just works.
Yeah. So just the fine line of horror is essentially etiquette, what you include into your film, and just how you, like, I guess use it. Yeah. Like we talked about Andy and Leyley. The game. I will commend the game for one thing about the incest is that they at least say, they give you, from what I could tell, they give you a warning saying, hey, do you want to progress with this? Are you, yeah, what you said, are you sure you want to do this? Okay, your call, man.
No, they should have had like a Hotline Miami style thing where like, you know, like you're just like, wow, you really are a terrible person. You should just like fucking go away already.
Touch some grass, brother.
No, he just like sits there. He's just like, what are you doing? Why are you here? Do you even know where you are right now? Like, just leave. Go outside. Go get a job. Like, just like if they had Richard walk in, like, you know how they have the "Just Do It" meme? He walks in and just like unpromptly just stands there. He's just like, what are you doing here? Why are you doing this? Why are you still here? He says.
What did you expect from this game?
They really should have just added in a full, like, 15-minute montage where they have, like, a live actor just, like, basically insulting a camera.
Now, Andy and Leyley, now, from what I can tell, Andy, okay, yeah, this is the guy, and Leyley, she's a manipulative, essentially, little bastard. Like, think of a gremlin,
so basically what I'm hearing is Antichrist.
Imagine a gremlin with a cleaver. I know.
So what I'm imagining is basically a demon the size of Danny DeVito wielding a knife.
All right, do you know what she looks like though? Have you ever seen her, the character?
Yeah, you showed me it via the cry about it me.
Yeah, there you go. That's Leyley. I don't know why they're called different. I think it's just like false identity so that they don't get identified. So should I just say Leyley or just Ashley? Like what the fuck?
Just go with one and then stick with it for the rest of the time.
I'll just stick with Ashley, I guess then. Like, Ashley she manipulates her brother to commit the crimes, but then again, like I said, we're playing the game, so we go along with it.
Okay, number one, as long as, theoretically, if she is actually the one manipulating this man into doing all of these horrendous crimes, she theoretically could have gotten away with it scot-free. Had she just like, oh, he's a fucking lunatic, I swear.
I don't think you get arrested. I think once you progress in the game, like, you run away, of course. You escape the police, from what I can tell.
Dude, imagine murdering 2 people in cold blood, brutally dismembering them and eating them, and then somehow not leaving any evidence to catch the person.
Because they ate them!
Still, there'd be something around that would indicate something.
The evidence is in their stomachs.
Maybe a toenail or a bone.
Uncle, the evidence is all being digested.
Question. Okay, here's a better question. How many people do you know that can eat bones?
Probably an elephant.
Okay, if they have an elephant in their backyard, I genuinely would say that that's definitely where the bones went.
I mean, bone is like hard as concrete as well, if I remember.
Dude, I'm pretty sure you couldn't even put that down the garbage disposal. It'd be more likely to break the garbage disposal.
No, there is no more garbage disposal. It's just a hole.
It literally just shatters the garbage disposal.
I know. Hey, I found a shotgun in the game. Anyway, back to the main topic. Hang on. Everyone in this podcast, subscribe and turn on notifications. Okay, they're doing our job for us.
Turn on notifications, I swear to God!
Yes, please!
Your spine
You're missing out. You're missing out on all our, like, pretty swag content.
Yeah, you're missing out on all of our, okay, I actually don't know how to describe it as anything other than mental retardation, so yeah you're missing out on all of that.
Yeah, if you want to rot your brain
cells. I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, if you want to rot your brain cells, you're more than welcome to keep watching us.
Yeah, listen, if you need to lose a couple chromosomes and maybe degenerate your brain down to a fine mush, yeah, keep watching.
Yeah, so back to the main topic at hand. Uncle, their bones. Like, I'm pretty sure they would have either dug it to the ground, fed it to something, like maybe some animal, or probably like tossed in some sort of fucking vat of acid. I don't know.
That's what I mean. Where are you going to get a vat of acid as like basically teenagers?
Shut up.
Also, better question, if they buried the bones, the police, do you have any idea how thorough the police are when they are going out of their way to find them as somebody, like, find anything to link a crime to somebody?
Oh, they'll go above and beyond. They'll bring sniffer dogs, they'll bring helicopters, they'll bring everything.
Dude, I swear to God, they would be caught within 5 minutes if you literally... There would be blood everywhere if you used a butchering knife to murder somebody. There would be so much evidence everywhere.
Okay, but Uncle, here's something interesting I failed to mention. From what I can tell, from what I've been told, read, and saw with clips, they live in an apartment. Hear me out, hear me out. Like, they're trapped. They don't go outside. They can't go outside. Their parents will not let them. So it's safe to say, don't quote me on this, I'm not a fucking friend, I'm not a police officer, that the police wouldn't, like, start looking for them, because considering, you know, they're not fucking there. And they've, like, memory serves, like, like, if you don't see someone for a long, long time, let's say the kids in this instance, them, are you going to remember them?
Hear me out. Birth records would indicate that they're alive.
Uncle, they're cultists. The mom is a cultist. What makes you think they're going to keep birth records? Actually, no. A cultist would probably keep that.
I'm just going to say right now that either A, if they were born in the cult that you mentioned, yeah, they probably don't have birth records. Now, if they were... Also, better question, where are their fingerprints then? Why would they not have fingerprints on almost every single thing inside of that apartment when nobody comes, you know, mentioning, like, hey... My neighbor hasn't come out of her house in like 3 weeks.
Alright, so
there would be fingerprints on everything.
So what I learned in forensics is that you don't chop off your fingerprints. They will grow back unless you do something very, very specific. No, they come back. Your fingerprints will grow back.
Can't you scald them off, like burn them off straight up?
If I remember correctly, they will grow back. I'm sorry to tell you this. Sorry, Uncle, you're not. No, I mean, like
there are certain people. So you know how like skin and mainly meat can grow back into like skin tissue and stuff like that, but it comes back as scarring tissue after like 3 or 4, you know, so many times of growing back.
Yeah.
So in theory,
is that what you're suggesting?
In theory, you could technically get rid of your fingerprints permanently by just burning your fingerprints off every single day for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but it also begs the question, like, how do they know this stuff? They've been living in their houses for years.
Yeah, that's another question. There's a lot of issues with the lore here, considering if they've been living in their house with what is basically a hostage situation being held by their parents, you know, I'm just saying, how would they learn literally anything relating to murdering somebody outside of maybe cult
and like knowledge? Cleaning up a crime scene, that takes effort. You need chemicals, blood, you need rags, you need so many things.
Do you want to know how hard it is to get blood out of a carpet?
Good luck with that, buddy. You're gonna need a new carpet. You need a new house.
There. It's permanently ingrained.
Like, I'm sorry, like, it's not going away. It's stuck there.
You better call the guy. You better call the guy from Power Wash Simulator because
no. You gotta call discreet cleanup if you want to get that shit out.
You gotta call discreet cleanup. Also, probably kill the discreet cleanup guys while you're at it.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think he really gives a shit as long as you just pay him.
He literally is a clone.
He just shows up like once in a million years, just be like, "Oh, I heard you kill somebody. Here, let me help you with that, buddy."
I'm just gonna say right now that we really should not give them ideas because if we keep
honestly, I think we're just giving information on how to commit murder.
No, actually, no. I'm talking about giving them ideas for add-ons. Because imagine we make a joke about this. This video blows up, and then immediately, like 5 weeks later, we see the coffin of Andy and Leyley, or Leyley, correct?
Hey, creators, you heard Uncle. I ran into a tree.
Well done.
You heard Uncle. Make it into a level where we have to clean up their apartment.
Don't do that. I think I'd actually cry.
I'll give you my kidney if you do it.
I'll give you both of my testicles if you don't do that.
The Nutcracker. I couldn't help it. I found a tomahawk.
Okay. So where were we before we kind of got offset by the district cleanup?
Man, not just kidding. How they got away with the murder?
Yeah, okay, there's a lot of issues with the mere idea. So, we were at, like, the fingerprints part, I'm pretty sure, and the cleaning up of blood.
Unless you do something very specific, yeah, good luck getting rid of the fingerprints.
Okay, admittedly, it would be hard to track a person who isn't on, like, a birth record of some kind because their fingerprints wouldn't be recorded, but I feel like they would be able to track them somehow.
Yeah, because there are many things you can use to track a human. Like I said, I took forensics, so you can use hairs.
Heck, you don't even have to be a police officer to know that kind of stuff. Literally, I've seen some hunters out there, like people who hunt animals, that can probably track a human just as effectively as a police officer.
You only need a few things, like I said, probably waste, hair, blood, water,
another thing,
saliva.
God forbid it be snowing, because if it is, then like it's done for. They're done for, straight up. It would just be an easy trail straight to them.
You're like, I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's just too many issues that they could most likely come across, I feel like.
Honestly, yeah.
Another thing is, wouldn't they be questioned by literally anybody as to why there's a bunch of teenagers walking down the road?
Now, for the fingerprints topic, watch Casa de Papel or Money Heist and listen to the professor's story, because that does happen. Yeah, that's really cool, buddy, I don't care. I'm such an asshole to even our audience. And he was just being polite. We're kidding. Please don't get mad at us. We need our audience.
Don't leave.
Yes, please. We need likes and subscribes and thumbs up, please.
We need all of those things. We need channel interaction.
Yeah, I can't afford Uncle's brand new Yeezys, so please come back.
Yeah, you can't afford my premium golf club set.
The other person, yeah, shit, you're right, because there's only one person left and it's just them. Please, I need to buy Uncle's Yeezys.
Don't leave.
I need to buy him some Yeezy.
That's all we have.
Yeezys. All we have is Yeezys.
That's all we have. Alright, back to the topic at hand.
Okay, hang on, just let me spit out my gum real quick. I'll be right back. Ah, fuck. Hang on, I'll be right back.
What do you bet me we're gonna call this, like, Incest 2 Electric Boogaloo on YouTube? Y'all ever played Crawl? It's a pretty good game. It's a pretty good game where I'm from. It's you know, one of them dungeon crawlers, except for it's the exact opposite.
My cat is sleeping on the floor.
Kick it.
No, you asshole.
Give it a good stern foot.
What is wrong with you?
I mean, you tell me to eat my dog all the time.
True. But I thought you were Asian.
I'm not Asian.
Alright, fair warning, we're offensive assholes, so don't get offended.
Hey, we're not making fun of you, we're making fun of each other.
Yeah, we're making fun of the stereotype, not actual people.
We hate everybody equally.
Yeah, we're all equally assholes.
We're opportunistic.
We're Americans. What do you expect? Alright, now back to the topic at hand, the murder. So, from what I can tell, they chopped up the mom itty bitty pieces with the cleaver. Now, I'm sorry to tell you this, but just chopping. Okay, I probably shouldn't say this considering.
Okay, I'm gonna just tell you right now, a human being has 10 pints of blood inside of them.
And I probably shouldn't say this considering I'll probably be put on a list, but I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not gonna cut a human like you're gonna cut a sausage. It takes time, effort. There's bones in the way. There's lots of things in the way.
Okay, number one, the way the human body is composed is very, very surprisingly. Who would have figured? It's not like we've had 1,000 years to evolve to be better at avoiding having our entire body cleaved into by a single blow, but you know, that's exactly how we're built. There's a lot of bones in the way. They will all get in the way. And God forbid you try to go for some kind of vertical cut, because it's going to be problematic.
There's also the fact that we humans carry diseases, just like animals. We have kuru. Like, we don't spread it, but if you eat a human, there is an incredibly high chance that you will catch kuru. And it is fatal. You will die.
Another, also forgot to mention, cannibalism, for some odd reason, it seems to have this odd thing of driving people completely insane.
Uncle, they killed their parents, killed their neighbors, locked a woman in a basement with dust. What? They're already crazy. They banged, Uncle, they banged.
I know, but I'm talking about, like, the rabid kind of insanity, you know, where they're just kind of, like, absolutely murdering anything they can find.
Honestly, like we said, we don't know much about the game, so you're just gonna have to take our word for it, and we're just making assumptions.
We're just making assumptions. Don't dox us.
Yes, and we're also just talking about other aspects.
I'm gonna keep reiterating that.
Yeah, because I know damn well there's just some asshole that's just not gonna listen to us.
There's some guy sitting on his computer like. I
love how you emphasize the
He's sitting at his computer with his frail, extremely, exceedingly small arms. He's like slamming. He slams his computer with all his might, and it like barely moves. And he's just like,
he talked about a game I don't like. I must tell the world.
I'm gonna teach them a lesson, and then he immediately like reveals our information to everybody around the world.
That's
and, like,
what you get for talking about a fucking video game.
He sends the SWAT team to our doors.
Hey officer, I hope you know that it was because we talked about a video game.
We said bad things about one video game.
A game we literally have never played.
This is just us making judgmental remarks towards a game that we have no idea what's going on in.
While also at the same time talking about random topics.
Another thing you brought up is the character herself being extremely manipulative, and that's what I'm thinking is, okay, so my thought is how the storyline would go was that she manipulated him into it.
From the looks of it, yeah, that's what I think happened in the game.
And also, number one, our main character must be an absolute drooling moron to be easily manipulated in such a way to the point where he would just fucking murder two people. I
mean, to be fair, the parents are abusive.
Okay, I understand the parent. Okay, listen, every man has his breaking point, so yeah, admittably.
There's only so much one human being
But why the neighbor? Why did the neighbor have to get slaughtered? He did nothing.
Witnesses.
He did nothing. What did he do? He just, like, walked in at the wrong time?
And more importantly, how do you get taken over by Christmas lights? I don't care how tight they are, Christmas lights.
Yeah, that's a better question. Okay, I understand. A lot of anything that can bind somebody, especially if you like actually make a proper, like you properly, braid it. You can create a strong rope from almost anything.
Christmas lights, Uncle.
But Christmas lights, of all things.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like the parents have rope on the ready, so you have to improvise.
The things my dogs chew through on a daily basis.
Christmas lights. Oh, what do you have there, son? Oh, Christmas lights.
He, like, walks up Agent 47 style, Garrett.
You know, this reminds me, I saw this animation, it was pretty funny, where it's like the mom who's tied up and the son talking like, Andy, what? You like Ashley? And, like, they start laughing, and then the mom just yells out, she's your sister!
Accurate.
Yeah, there you go, like, I don't care how manipulative she is. Brother, she is your sister.
Okay,
you think with your brain, not with your dick.
I understand that 99% of men in this world immediately go, see your average, well-endowed woman and immediately is just like...
Think with your head, not your dick.
Yeah, think with your brain, man. Think about it for a second.
Not with your penor.
More importantly, I'm pretty sure that average human beings have an actual straight-up response to that kind of stuff. Like, unironically.
Yeah.
Like, we have an immediate response.
It's called the primitive response. It's called the, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, there's literally, like, an evolved response by, like, human beings as well as, not other animals, mostly just humans, to avoid that kind of stuff.
Also, we have a fan from the UK. Actually,
Hello,
this reminds me of something. I checked my analytics. I apparently have fans from Romania.
Okay, better question. Is he the one that's watching right now? Because I want to make
Vera rocks. They're from the UK. I remember. I also saw like my analytics. I have people watching me from Vietnam and Croatia.
Why, out of all places, over here in Croatia?
I think it was. I just remember one of them being fucking UK and Romania. Yeah. So
okay, so hold on. Okay, if
we have
that's
the United
right now
Kingdom. Yeah, we have the United Kingdom, Canada, the United States, Romania, and Vietnam.
I love the fact that there's some Vietnam kid that's sitting in his like, I don't know, house or apartment building, and he's just like watching us, two English-speaking idiots over here in ye old America freedom land.
America freedom. Freedonia.
Freedom land. Good old
No. Let's call it Freedonia. Let's call it Freedonia.
Freedonia.
Yeah.
Freedomium.
Freedomium.
Yeah, so basically, he's just sitting there watching us sit here and be idiots. Why?
But thank you for watching.
Well, thank you. Also, by the way, one UK guy, if you watch this, your food sucks.
Why are your teeth throwing up gang signs?
What? Tea, innit?
Pretty funny, innit? Please don't unsubscribe, we were just kidding.
I swear to God, I meant no harm. I will go back in time and undo the Boston Tea Party.
The fuck did you just say? Did you just say the Boston Tea Party?
Boston!
Boston? What the fuck is a Boston?
Not Boston, you idiot. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it was Boston Tea Party.
It was Boston Tea Party.
Oh, okay. Then I messed that up. Never mind. It was the Boston Tea Party. He's smart. I'm dumb.
I'm gonna wrap your own nutsacks around your neck and strangle you.
I need those for procreation.
You're a skeleton. How do you procreate?
You've seen what the Undertale community has come up with. We're fine.
Magic dick.
Magical.
The fuck is you saying? Hey, don't worry about it. He's a special boy. His mother always said he was special.
I got thrown down a staircase.
My mother used me as a basketball.
I remember whenever I was taken out of the womb, the doctor stared at me and he said, oh God, he's so ugly. And then he slammed me onto the floor with the might of Zeus. I ricocheted off the ceiling and I flew up into the sky where I got punched by God.
I love how this entire podcast has derailed from just
okay,
Andy
we
and Leyley.
need to cut this out.
No. Andy and Leyley, incest, guns, random people, the United Kingdom, and now fucking skeletons.
Okay, we need to get back on track. We'll cut this out later.
Alright, no, it's fine. Just leave it in. And besides, it stretches out the video. It's a live stream, so it's good. Besides, it's funny. Like, even some people just want sometimes probably something funny from a podcast.
Well, yeah. Why else would you watch it?
Exactly. So anyway, back to the topic at hand. Where were we?
Manipulation.
I have manipulation. Like, I understand. You grew up in a cult. Your mom's a piece of shit. But, dude, I don't know what to tell you this. But if you're going along with, hey, brother, do you wanna murder mom and dad and eat them, cook them, and then we bang?
Then do snoo.
Yeah. You're no better than them, dude.
Yeah, honestly, if I was being honest, I think I'd respect Leatherface a little bit more than I would respect you. And
Leatherface doesn't even fuck his siblings. What he does is he's one of the
most easily manipulated characters in all of horror, and literally to the point where all one of his family members has to do is, "Look, get him, Leatherface, get him!" And then immediately
he just has to point and say, "Hey, Leather, chop his dick off."
Literally, that's all he has to do is just say, "Get him, Leather," and then immediately he does as ordered. This guy over here, he somehow I respect him even less just because of the fact that not only did he murder somebody, just because.
He fell for it, dude. He fell for it.
He literally fell so deep into, like, I don't know, like some kind of strange chivalrous, like, his chivalrous daydream that he was just like, yes, it's fine to be alive.
Dude, I think I remember, there's a scene in the game where they have a dream where he dreams about banging her.
Gross.
Yeah, gross. I think this is before they decide to kill each other.
I wrote. Okay, listen. I wrote a story about something pretty similar to the manipulation idea, but the thing is that it was on a lower key than this.
With the incest.
So, no, none of that. It was okay. Basically,
okay, you better explain now before the context is taken out. Hurry, go.
Okay, some knight got reawoke after being murdered and was immediately tricked by a random witch into thinking, "Oh, hey, I was just making sure you were okay. I definitely didn't resurrect you." Naturally, he's like, "Okay, I guess maybe that makes sense." He keeps going along with it, protecting her along the way from various things. And that's the thing, is that he just keeps falling deeper and deeper into doing exactly what she says.
Yeah, like, their whole relationship, like, I understand, like, there's some
there
art
is kind
I've
of
seen,
a thing going on here.
Yeah,
I can
like
understand it. The whole protector,
yeah, like what you said, the whole protector thing.
Yeah, the whole protector, you know, the whole protector mastermind thing, you know?
Yeah, but the whole relationship is just terrible. Like, the ship is terrible. Like, I'm not saying this just to hate. Like, the whole relationship is founded on manipulation.
It'd be different. Okay, listen, it'd be different. Okay, it'd be only a little bit different if this was not his sibling.
Yeah, if it was like, I don't know, like probably just some wacko, then yeah, go ahead, go nuts, buddy. But that's his sister.
It'd be considerably better than if it, like, even then, I don't think I want to see two serial murderers bang. I'd prefer not to see that in my lifetime, you know? I'm just saying.
I will compliment the game though, like the game, like the synopsis, like that's like a great, like, how do I say it? Like, potential, you know? Like, idea of like two killer siblings on the run.
Gotta give it. The art style seems pretty unique.
Oh yeah, the art style's really good.
I don't know why, I love the grayscaleness of it all, where the only thing that's actually colored is their eyes.
Yeah, I like that. And like I said, like the synopsis, the idea, that's a really great idea. Like, you can make a movie, a book, a show with that. Two killer siblings on the run.
You.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just
saying.
Manipulation.
Dumbass. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm just saying that literally, like this. I'm just trying to prove your point. Literally, this is a pretty good idea. Just generally, you got to build off of the ideas that you put together.
Let's just cut the part where they fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, if you were to cut out that part, it'd be perfectly fine. You have, like, a lot of intriguing plot points. You have a lot of interesting things here. You got the cult idea. You got the manipulation. Like, how would you say it? Manipulation relationship.
Yeah, I guess you would just fuck. I don't know. I guess a toxic relationship.
And also, I don't say relationship as in like, you know, as in intimate. I mean like relationship as in like business relationship. You know, that kind of stuff.
I know what you mean. Like, the whole idea is great. It's just weird. It's just weird that you include that.
It should not be a part of it, really. Outside of that, if you were to cut it all, it'd be a perfectly good game.
Like we said, it's fine, I guess, like, in a movie, like, in some aspects, because, like you said, you have no control. You're just going along with it. But this, it says, hey,
even then,
do you want to continue?
Even in a movie, you have the option of sitting there and questioning what the hell the director was smoking.
But it's still just weird in general. I guess, like I said, incest, it's like, it ruins the idea of, like, you know, family and just, like, I guess siblings, because, you know, you associate them with, like, funny, messing around, like, hey, give me back my book, whatever, fucking dumb stuff like that.
I mean, hey, well, look at, in general, just, like, there are, you know the joke about, like, how it's always cousins?
Oh, yeah. Sweet
For some
home.
reason, that one right there. I don't okay, that's one thing I do have to say. At least they didn't go with that, the most generic variant of it, because that could have
honestly,
been
if they did,
worse.
I'd probably laugh and then be disgusted. But first, I'd laugh.
Yeah, you'd have to get a good laugh off, play Sweet Home Alabama at full volume, and then be disgusted with yourself afterward.
Yeah, first we'd laugh, and then we'd wonder what the hell is wrong with you.
Yeah, obviously. Still, the point is that I think that's where that whole idea of the idea of what siblings usually mean. You know, fun, hey, messing around, throwing football, playing video games.
Throwing football.
Throwing ye old pigskin.
Back in my day, we actually went outside.
Back in my day, we used to actually touch grass.
Back in my day, we banged women, not siblings.
Yeah, so basically is that if, like, that kind of idea of what, you know, generally it's just, like, normal consensus by normal people, but apparently that just doesn't apply to serial killers.
Serial killers are already unnatural, dude.
Also, another thing I'm gonna just say right now, that something's very hilarious to me that I actually heard. Did you know that, like, the vast majority, like, a good 40% of serial killers wet the bed? So that means that
I beg your pardon?
there is a good chance that after they plowed, that they
Are you
fell asleep and then
suggesting that after they plowed, do you
woke
think
up and
do you
pissed.
think he turned around, looked at Ashley, and said, "Ashley, what? I pissed the bed."
I pissed all over.
Ashley, yeah, I pissed the bed.
that would be amazing.
Alright, you think he said it like a little kid talking to his mom,
I don't
like,
want to spread any misinformation
Mommy?
here.
Yes, son,
I don't want to spread
pissed
any.
the bed.
I don't want to spread any misinformation here. I don't know if it was credible where I read that, but it was like apparently it could be lower, it could be higher, but apparently.
I'm sorry, that's just really funny.
If that's true, it is hilarious because I read that from like something that's one of my friends sent me. Apparently,
I think Bundy pissed the bed.
Imagine.
Wait, does that mean Jeffrey Dahmer pissed the bed?
Oh my god.
Dahmer, what did you do? I pissed the bed.
He like wakes up in the middle of the night in his prison cell. He's just like, "Hey, bunkmate," and then he's just like, "I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you." As he's just like soaked in piss beneath him.
Yeah, what's wrong, Bundy? I pissed the bed.
Like his bunkmate beneath him is just like, "I swear to God, I'm gonna shank you in the morning."
Hey, why do I smell bad? Yeah, funny story.
Oh yeah, funny story.
You're yellow now.
Imagine a universe where that does not result in you getting stabbed.
Good luck finding it. You're gonna have to go to like the depths of the multiverse if you want that to happen.
You're gonna have to fly all the way to Narnia.
What the fuck? Alright, so I love how at this one we're just no, it's fine. Like I just love how at this one we're just making fun of just normal serial killers now.
Well, yeah, I mean, admittedly, if you're a serial killer to begin with, we're allowed to make fun of you because you're stuck in a prison cell.
Yeah, and you're a piece of shit. You killed people.
And
what
also,
the
more
fuck is wrong
importantly,
with you?
we're not. It's not like we're insulting the Zodiac killer.
The Zodiac killer can suck my nuts. He's dead anyway at this point.
Imagine if he was still alive.
Is he gonna fucking this? Alright, you know what? I'm
imagine
I'm threatening. Shut up! I'm threatening the Zodiac killer. Yo, Zodiac! You fuck ass!
Hey, yo, Zodiac!
Why don't you Zodiac yourself some bitches?
Hey, Zodiac. You're a virgin.
How about you Zodiac yourself some bitches?
Draw some symbols and vanish.
What the fuck is reward now? I love how we're just making fun of the Zodiac killer at this point.
I wager that at least one of us just like you upload this and then within like 5 minutes you're just like he's flatlined.
You think the Zodiac killer is like spitting in his grave in hell after he just heard us say, "Go Zodiac yourself some bitches."
He's like down there hanging out with Hitler. He's just like, oh dear God, they're talking
hanging
shit.
out with Hitler.
Yeah, and by hanging I mean by the noose.
Hey Hitler, how you doing, man? It's good to see you, my friend. Wunderbar.
Wunderbar. I'm doing wonderful.
Wunderbar, it's good to see you, friend. What the fuck is wrong with us?
Wunderbar, da.
I think we have a I think we need to go see. I think we need to see a psychologist.
Stalin, Hitler, you know, the usual.
You think Stalin is just like strangling the fuck out of him?
If anything, let's be honest here. I wager that if Stalin is down in hell,
oh no, he's definitely in hell.
Realistically, he's probably picking a fight with every single thing he can punch.
You think he's trying to spread communism down there?
He's like down there handing out communism pamphlets to all the demons trying
Hey
to
buddy, you ever hear of this cool thing called communism? No?
Like
let me tell you all about it.
He's like fighting off all of the demons that are trying to like spread capitalism at the same time with nothing but his feet.
Hey friend, what you got there? A capitalism pamphlet.
He just like
I'm sorry, you must die.
No, he doesn't even say a word. He just like breathes heavily. He goes.
He pulls out like a hammer and sickle.
He doesn't even move. It just like immediately, it goes from like one frame to a frame where he's like doing a drop kick and the guy just goes flying.
I think we both have problems.
It's like an anime finishing move.
I think we both have problems.
All right, back to the game. I don't think we can ramble on
back
too
to
much longer.
Back to the siblings fucking.
Yeah.
I love how I had to say it like that.
So the okay, better question.
What's up?
How did they eat all of them? Remember, there is only 2 of them, and your average human being can eat about 5 pounds of food a day before their, stomach fucking explodes.
There's also the fact that, they start to decompose.
Taking a shine to that.
Yeah, I don't care how good your freezer is, I don't think you can preserve an entire human carcass.
Hey, Andy, what do you want to eat, Mom? Also, from what I've seen,
God.
no,
I had the worst thought ever. Oh God, I think I just choked on Dr. Pepper.
What?
Also, sorry, Pepsi, I know you're gonna sponsor us. I'm sorry I was drinking Dr. Pepper. I know it's heresy.
I know, he's a traitor. But yeah, what's up?
Point is that, okay. Imagine she's just like, hey, Andy, what do you want for dinner? And then he's just like, Mom's breasts.
Boobs.
He just says with, like, the most stern voice imaginable, like he's not joking at all.
Alright, no. I failed to rescue some- oh, never mind, I saved them. Anyway, where was I? Oh, wait. No, I just realized what you said. What is wrong with you?
I don't know why. I told you it was like the worst thought ever to have, and then immediately you were just like scolding it off as if it wasn't a problem.
No, it's because I gained consciousness for a split second. Like, what?
You realized for just 1 second that about the funniness of.
Okay, now here's what I remember how they dispose of the bones. Hear me out. Now, I cannot guarantee you that this is real, because, like I said, I haven't played the game. But from what I've seen, it looks pretty real considering the art style, but it looks like they just dropped the bones in a trash can.
The police definitely wouldn't find that.
But it looks like they did it in public.
Also, better question. How in God's name did the waste disposal unit not notice that? Well, yeah, it's just a pile of
I'm
bones.
sorry, I don't care even if you eat every single chunk of meat. There's a smell.
And no, imagine this right here. Imagine you're just a trash worker. You're minding your own business. You're just driving the trash truck. You jump out to grab a trash can. You open the lid, and then immediately it's just a giant pile of bones.
Open it. Hey, Dale, what you got back there? A body.
And then he opens the lids, and then immediately it's just like, you know how like in video games like you know how necromancers just have like a massive pile of bones. It's just like
is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, it's just like a sea of bones that just pours out of this trash can.
Oh, wait, hang on. Alright, I have to actually genuinely ask this. Hang on. How many bones does a body have?
I don't know.
There's like around 206 bones.
Why?
So I don't, like I said, I don't know if the dad is there because I've never seen anything about a dad.
If he is in that house, then good God, I could only imagine, because number one, male bones are generally bigger and denser, which would mean he would most likely require his own bag.
Yeah, so I don't know. And also, how would if they did go outside, how would they know where to go? Like, you just can't Google it.
All of that? How long did they stay there and eat, like, quote-unquote, dispose of the evidence?
Like, I'm sorry, but you've been living inside your house for, like, years, so how you know... Okay, like I said, I don't know, so... if they drove,
looked up a YouTube
I
tutorial.
refuse to believe these people drove in a car.
Yeah, they looked up a YouTube tutorial.
How me drive?
Nah, like they watched Halloween.
You think they watched like fucking fucking wiki how to drive a car?
I wager that they just had the car scene from Halloween playing in the background.
How did he drive? Good question.
Speaking of, how does Michael drive?
I think you're onto something.
I was about to say, number one, the guy's never driven in his entire life, and somehow he drives perfectly.
Yeah, I think that's like a plot hole that even the game just did not mention.
He's like, whatever, he drives.
He can drive how? I don't know. But how does he drive?
He just has a knack for it.
He just drives, but how does he drive? I don't know.
Yeah, so basically they drive, apparently, even though they don't know how to, and they're also teenagers, which logically would mean that
they're 18.
There's a lot of problems. Wait, preteens?
18.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they're legal adults, but still, like I said, I'm sorry, it's just still weird.
Also, technically, by that logic, even if you were being contained by your parents...
Oh yeah, there's also the fact that at this point, since they're legal adults, they can legally get given the death penalty.
Yeah.
I look at your.
Trust me, I can wager right now. If they were to be caught, yeah, definitely they would.
They would most definitely get the death penalty.
Yeah, because there's no way you would look at this list of crimes that they have absolutely no alibi for, and just be like, well, I guess they just had the best intentions in mind.
Hey, what crime did you commit? I killed my family. I ate them. I killed my neighbors. I ran on the run. I ate their corpses. Tossed their corpses away. Death penalty. Like, I'm sorry, that's just death penalty.
Also, not to mention, they also just randomly tortured some random person to death.
Yeah, it doesn't look really good on your permanent record.
I'm just gonna say right now, imagine you're like their lawyer. He's just like, he stands up. He's like, I'm in defense of the defendants here.
What do they do? Everything.
He's just like, I don't fucking know how to defend this man.
So, are you gonna get us out of here? Fuck no.
He's like, I watched one Ace Attorney video before this, and
sorry, man,
I barely know what
not
I'm
even
doing.
Saul Goodman, Phoenix Wright, none of them can get you off these list of charges, man.
I'm not even joking. I unironically don't even think Phoenix Wright could figure out a way to get out of this one.
Uncle, your opinion, what color do you think would be good for a revolver? I'm still playing Red Dead, of course.
Depends. Are you talking about materials or just like
Cattleman
actually
revolver,
painting
like the color, like the metals. Cattleman revolver.
Oh, the Cattleman. Personally, I always went with gold and silver. You know, like silver. How would you say?
Honestly, yeah, it looks kind of nice.
I did silver engravings, I think.
Honestly, I see it. Looks nice. You think I should go with gold?
I did silver engravings and highlights, i.e. the trigger
so,
and like the
gold
sights.
Everything and get silver engravings. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, no, silver engravings, silver trigger, silver hammer, and the silver sights. Like, you know, the little, you know.
You know what? I see it. I'm gonna save my money a little bit, but yeah, I see it. It looks nice.
I did that for both of my Cattlemans, so I basically have two pistols that... Yeah, I have two pistols that are fully customized, and I don't know why, but I gave them both names.
For me, I go with pure black for the Schofield revolver. I don't know, it just looks really good.
I don't know why, but I went with silver with gold inlays for the Scotsfield.
Oh, I love the. Oh, you call it Scots? I call it Schofield.
Yeah. Also, the reason why I love the Scotsfield is because of the fact that it reminds me of the BioShock revolver.
And it just looks really aesthetically. It just looks pleasing. Like, I'm sorry, it's just pleasing.
Oh yeah. Well, I think we need to.
Yeah, get back on
murder.
topic. Yeah.
Murder.
So they would have gone arrested on the spot. Like, all right. So where were we? Where were we? Like,
we were talking about the. I think we were talking about the likelihood of.
Oh yeah, them being arrested. Yeah, they would have gone the death penalty.
Yeah, most likely they would have definitely been at least convicted, bare minimum.
Oh no, not convicted. Getting straight to the chair.
I doubt that they would get the chair, but they'd most likely get a life sentence.
Oh, most definitely.
I doubt that they would get the chair. Definitely a life sentence, no parole.
Well, it depends on the states. Like, there are some states out here that do still have the death penalty. I think one of them's like Florida.
There is no way a jury is going to sit there and be like, I have sympathy because they're young.
They're 18. They know what they were doing, buddy. They were in a cult. Yeah, that's really cool, pal. They killed their parents.
I have to say. That's another thing. I respect our character even less now because he's a fully grown man that somehow has like the mental capacity of like a 2-year-old. Like
he
literally
fell
does
for the
everything
sister,
he says.
dude. He listened to her. Like, I'm sorry, you were in an abusive cult,
the only voice
but
he can
you
hear.
listened to her, dude. You're
Literally,
older than her. Uncle, he is older than her.
Does every single thing that she says as if like she's the only voice he can hear.
Uncle, guess he's older than her. He listened to her.
Dude, I don't care what kind of like I don't know sub-complex you got going on here, but
that's your sister, my brother.
Yeah, you need to like chill the hell out.
Yeah, go outside. Actually, just don't go outside. Just stay in that room and just never come out, please.
Yeah, like you know how I was talking. You know, Dead by Daylight. You know the hillbilly where he got bricked in a room for the rest of his life. Yeah, that should have happened to you.
Yeah, just please don't ever do that again.
I'm not even joking. I think I would prefer to have the hillbilly from Dead by Daylight as my son than I would to have this guy as my son because he sounds like an absolute mouth breather.
Uncle, he would have ate you.
I don't care. I dare him. I'll fight him personally.
They have knives.
I don't care. Nah. It's simple. Okay. You know how you have that sheer dad rage.
Yeah.
It's simple. I'll slam some beers together like Stone Cold, drink both of them, and then immediately charge towards them with full piss and vinegar.
I'd like to see you fight Ashley.
That would be not even a question.
You would suplex her.
Victory is assured. There is no way I could fuck this up.
Alright, so for reals, back to the topic at hand.
So, unironically, you know that scene, you said they're in an apartment building, you know that scene from Sparta where he just kicks him off the cliff?
You think he just kicked them off the railing?
Yeah, I just kicked them straight out of the window, down to their death.
That is actually really funny.
Actually, no, if anything, it's simple. They're coming at me with knives. I grab one of them, I charge for the window with them in my arm, and then I just... I die horrifically by slamming into the pavement, turning myself into chunky salsa, but killing one of them in the process.
You know, I do wonder one thing though. Just one itsy bitsy thing. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Okay, admittedly, I mean, being in a cult could probably mess with your mental health. Would have figured.
Yeah, the mom is also a piece. They're all pieces of shit. Like, I know that's the point.
I don't even know if they have a father, so that's
playing the villain can
issue.
be fun, but just this time it's not fun.
Okay, there's a difference between, like, fun types of villains. Like, you know, if you were playing Cobra Commander, it'd be pretty funny because, you know, like, you got all these goofy schemes and crap like that. But there's an issue here, and that's that these guys just seem extremely sadistic, but with very little, like, you know, personality.
Yeah, well, like I said, Wolfsby knows that she's a manipulator, a piece of shit, and a gaslighter.
Basically, she's the mastermind. Our character's just a blind drone that does every single thing she says.
Andy, can you kill my mom? Yes, sweetheart. Andy, can we
says,
bang?
yes.
Yes, sweetheart.
Yes, sister.
Andy, can you help me commit acts of terrorism to the country of Mexico? Yes, sister.
Yes, missus.
Will you help me smuggle drugs across the Canadian border?
Hey, Andy, I need you to smuggle cocaine in your ass.
I'm looking at a dirty homeless man in this game right now. I want his hat, but he gets into a fist fight with me, but for some reason it's not initiating. I think it's because I didn't interact with him. So now he's just looking at me. I'm gonna take a photo of him.
He's just giving you a very stern stare.
I'm gonna take a photo of him.
You ain't scaring nobody. Did you watch it?
I'm trying to.
Yeah, so our character is just kind of
stupid.
I don't know what's going on in his ye ol' noodle, but I wager that if he was a normal person, he'd be like, you know, he'd be like one of those, those, what are they called, dominatrixes?
I love how we just completely lost topic.
Nah, he'd be like under one of them. He'd be like the sub for one of them, just under her boot at all times.
I think he'd like that.
Yeah, he would. I wager.
Oh, he's getting a. What do you want? Ow! What the hell's your problem? Okay, so I'm currently fighting a crazy homeless man. So Uncle, let's get back to the topic at hand. A crazy old homeless man just tried to punch me. He's fighting me. I'm losing badly. Because it's been a while since I've played Red Dead, Uncle. You know this.
How are you losing a fist fight to a homeless person that hasn't eaten in 3 days?
He has a raccoon hat.
Oh, I see. He must have eaten the raccoon.
Yeah, so I want his raccoon hat.
You couldn't just make their hat yourself?
No, you actually can't. You can't. You can only make a different variant. It's like a skunk hat or something. The raccoon hat exclusively.
Yay! I get to put a smelly rat on my head.
I'm going to die, and if I die, I'm actually going to cry.
If you die to a homeless man in a fist fight, that's going to be hilarious.
I actually had to cheat. I had to use a tonic just so I can continue. Alright, so aside from the Coffin of Andy and Leyley, like, what other like topics of horror that are just on the line?
On the line. Let's think
Remember
about
the fine
it here.
line?
Yes, obviously the fine line of horror.
I guess just what do you think? What do you think?
Okay, personally, there are some things that you really can't do. Mainly, don't get me wrong, I am of the opinion that we probably shouldn't be showing kids ultra violence to begin with, because
because these are. How did I lose karma? He fought me first.
He punched you first, and then you lose karma for winning.
Oh, fuck this. You know what? Fuck Valentine. I hate this town. I'm going to Saint Denis.
I'm going to Saint Denis. Fuck you.
Anyway, where was I? Alright, so yeah, violence against children. It's against like certain rules. Like there are some ways you can get around it. So I saw this movie. Have you heard of the movie Clown? Have you ever heard of that movie?
No.
So it's essentially this guy. He wears like this clown costume. It gets stuck on him. It's like some monster demon. Like it needs you to like eat children. And one of the scenes is, hear me out, I'm being serious when I say this, a buzzsaw gets flung to a child and it cuts him, goes through the chest and out the other side.
Okay, that's the thing, is that I'm just talking about, like, generally showing kids ultra-violence in general. I'm against that kind of stuff, but...
What about Cooties? Have you heard of that movie, Cooties?
I have. Now, that's one movie I always disagreed with to begin with, because... the premise is just a terrible idea to begin with. Like, the last thing I want to think about is the chances of a zombie apocalypse reaching a kindergarten, man. That's the last thing I want to think about.
But it is also kind of funny when you think, just a little bit funny.
Okay, the only part that's even slightly funny to me is the part where the dick kid, like, rips out her ponytail and then immediately gets scratched across the face. Well, he deserved that so hard.
He ate shit.
Instant karma.
Uncle,
I could do the Leyley mission. There has never been a moment of more instant karma right there than right there at that very moment.
Uncle, I could do the Lenny mission.
Lenny!
Actually, I'll do it after, because I need to work on another video called the Red Dead Redemption Experience Part 2.
No, you need to just have a single video just to label Lenny! Lenny! And it's just like literally you stumbling around punching people while screaming Lenny!
Okay, so where were we? So why do you agree? Not disagree. Fuck. Like, just like, I guess, violence against children. Give me your perspective. What is it that you just don't like?
Okay, the biggest issue I see with it, don't get me wrong, the issue is that generally, in general, it's just kind of gross to think about it. Like, for example, I'm kind of a sympathetic person, as much as you might not believe that.
Uncle, you call me a piece of shit every day.
I know, I don't really like to think about the context of harder reality. Like, for example... like, it's just kind of heartbreaking to see something die extremely young.
Yeah, I remember believe it or not, I'm gonna have to actually say this just for the context. I talked to an FBI agent one time, and he talked about, like, when he found a child, like, I'm gonna have to censor it, but just let's say it was a really bad state, so I agree. Just, like, the idea of, like, seeing someone with so much vigor, life ahead of them, just ripped away, yeah, that's just depressing.
And also, more importantly, it also usually gets people really pissed off. Like, there's just kind of an immediate reaction in human beings to defend the young, regardless of who you are.
Yeah, there was a scene I remember from, did you ever play Telltale's The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that one scene, you know what I'm talking about. The scene where, like, what's his name? Yeah. Kenny and Lenny and Lee, they find a zombie kid. That's just depressing. He's starved to death.
Yeah, it's just kind of sad to think about that, you know.
Yeah,
now, another reason is obviously the good old defender mechanism, where we humans react with extreme violence towards anything that threatens our young, almost immediately.
Yeah, it's a primal instinct.
I'm not even joking. I'm pretty sure I saw, like, a zombie movie where there was, like, a father, obviously, is trying to defend his newborn son from basically what is a horde of zombies coming towards his house, his safe house. Guy immediately walks outside. He tries to keep the kid quiet, obviously, while he's out doing that. And eventually, the zombies break through, obviously. There's only a couple of them left, but the dude goes full primal mode when they start stumbling towards his son. He's just fucking hammering violently, like slamming everything, like breaking bones, shattering viscera, just going primal, slamming these things around as if they're playthings.
I don't blame him, dude. That's my kid.
And only after he like, you know, gets done doing all that, he like leans up against the table real bad. He's like, like breathing heavy. He's just like, oh, good, my son's okay. And then immediately he realizes, he looks at his arms. He's like, oh crap.
Ah, well, shit.
He realizes, oh crap, I've been bitten, and then immediately he's just like, oh shit, and then he walks outside. He, you know, grabs his knife. He goes, you know, he walks outside. He makes sure his son's okay.
This also reminds me of another scene. Sorry to interrupt you, but have you watched the Dawn of the Dead movie by fucking what's his name, Zack Snyder, the remake?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a scene where they give birth to a zombie baby.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's a Nick.
Gross.
Anyway, continue on.
Also,
go on.
So the thing is that he takes his son obviously with him. He's trying his best to keep everything calm, cool, and collected because, you know, kind of
Son, I'm going to eat your mother in a few minutes. Please stay calm.
No, he doesn't. Mother's not a thing. He's just trying to find a nearby settlement, trying his best to find somebody to keep his son safe. And the entire time, you know, he's going through the whole hallucinations of, I'm probably going to turn into a zombie soon.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to eat my child.
Eventually, he finds a settlement. He gives them over. He's like, here, take him. And then immediately he stumbles off into the woods. He grabs his knife, stabs himself in the neck, and then just takes himself out.
Here, take this little shit.
And then he just offs himself right there. All for the sake of defending his kid.
Some jackass just robbed me.
Literally, all of that, just because a couple of stiffies got a little bit close to his kid.
Okay, first of all, Uncle, I just shot a man in the spine because he just tried to rob me. Second of all, yeah, like you said, it's a primal instinct you're meant to defend, and it's just a dick move morally, dude, if you just don't defend them. That's your kid.
I was about to say, even if it isn't your kid, I'm pretty sure naturally human beings just really... There's a reason why we're so uncomfortable by it, and that's because uncomfortability usually causes rage.
Yeah, and like...
And rage... causes immediate reaction.
Right, this is gonna sound crazy, but hear me out. I guess uncomfortability as well, to an extent, if you don't make it worse, could be good for horror, cause, like, that's the point. Like, it's meant to creep you out, uncomfortable. But if you just add really weird, just strange topics, yeah, that's just bad.
There's uncomfortability and then there's, like, gross out. Uncomfortability is whenever you're like, oh, well, there's, like, this is, like, a very intense scene, you know, like, there's, like, they're walking through a dark hallway.
Oh, dude, this feels weird. And then you have, dude, that's just wrong.
That's just wrong, man. That's just wrong.
Yeah, so...
Now, don't get me wrong. There is a little... Like, you can afford to do a little bit of this stuff. Like, you can dabble a little bit, like, imply some of this stuff, but you should never go out of your way to explicitly say this happened.
Yeah, one of them is... I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but have you heard of the movie Midsommar?
No.
So, the whole movie is essentially uncomfortable. Like, okay... for some reason, the censors will not let me talk about it. You cannot say the word, so I'm gonna censor it. The commit deletion, ritual, suicide, the R word, which I cannot say, of course. But in total, the movie comes out to be really good. It's a good movie by A24. But it was a good movie, you get what I mean, right? But, because it controls it to an extent. While some others will just say, nope, here is it all, and it's disgusting glory, and you're gonna like it.
Okay, that's another thing. You can experiment with this kind of stuff a little bit. Like, for example, certain zombie movies, they'll have, like, implied scenes where it's, like, you know, heavily implied that some kids most likely were infected. Like, you know, elementary,
that's
like,
a zombie
rundown
apocalypse.
elementary
like,
schools.
That's how it works, dude.
That kind of stuff's gonna happen, but you don't have to explicitly say, hey, like 4,000
children are dead,
died.
their lives are over, their parents are dead.
They're all dead, they got mauled to bits by zombies. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that. They're children.
It's not like you don't want to hear that to begin with.
Alright, this is gonna sound really mean, but like children getting hurt, like comedy and funny stuff, yeah, that's fine, because it's not meant to be taken seriously. It's meant to be a joke, like, Timmy
like
ate
if it's slapstick, stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like, Timmy ate shit.
Yeah, like some slapstick stuff, you know, usual, like the kind of like comedic violence, as in like Three Stooges, stuff like that.
Yeah, like he ate shit.
Yeah.
Hang on, I need
Now,
my Mac. Ugh.
Now there is also the other stuff.
What the fuck is wrong with you stuff?
Yeah. There's also another couple things that I'm a bit more uncomfortable with in modern culture.
Like, just, I don't know, like, go on.
Another
go on.
thing, why are we so quick to pull out our phones the moment that something bad happens instead of helping?
Like, dude, this human is dying. You're a human being. Shouldn't you fucking help them? What do you gain from recording them?
Imagine a universe where eventually jokes about people pulling out their phones during a zombie apocalypse instead of helping is actually going to be the norm.
Uncle, I swear to you, believe me when I say this. I saw this like report where this guy, this father, he got stabbed, and a bystander filmed him dying.
Instead of helping.
Yes, I'm being serious when I say this. He filmed them dying.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dick.
I would expect nothing less from modern day humans.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dick Nose.
I wager that guy's looking up. He's probably like sitting up in heaven right now. He's just like, I'm gonna fucking send you to hell.
I'm gonna rip you a new one.
He's like, the moment you come up here, I'm gonna kick your ass.
What makes you think he's going up there?
He's like, if you come up here, I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'm gonna stop you at the gates.
I'm gonna kick you down to hell.
Alright, now, what was another topic? Oh yeah, just uncomfortability. Now, just, like you said, like, to an extent, I guess you could say it does work, to an extent, as long as you don't just, like, flat out say it, or just show certain, like, touchy subjects, like I said, Coffin, Andy, and Leyley. Incest, that's a touchy subject.
With certain stuff, there is some things, like, okay, mainly what I would say is, there are certain things that you can imply and certain things that you can show to a limited degree.
But you also have to remember the audience, like, you're showing this mainstream, so you need to be careful.
Yeah, what I'm talking about is, like, for example, the lighter stuff that is a bit more obviously touchy to some people. That's the kind of stuff that you can show to a limited degree, but, you know, obviously you shouldn't go, like, plastering it all over your movie as the main thing. Now, the, like, extremely touchy stuff, that's the stuff you should imply, but not, you know, show.
I just got shot.
That's the stuff you should imply, but not show, under any context.
Yeah. Also, first of all, Uncle, I just got shot.
Obviously, educational context like that, it's a bit more okay. Like, for example, if you're trying to learn more about an, like, horrific accident. There's a difference between, like, going out of your way to find this stuff, like, if you're trying to learn more about it, or, you know, you're just
I'm on fire!
Okay, you're very much preoccupied, aren't you?
Okay, no, I'm hearing you. It's just, sir, I'm currently on fire.
I'm on fire.
Yes. Also, hang on. I need to be right back.
Here we were talking about horror games and movies, and then all of a sudden, I'm on fire! Mario, are you there? Are you there, my boy? He's dead. He has been dead. He is officially dead. Pepsi, I'm taking over his channel. You want to sponsor me?
I think someone broke into my house.
Well, I thought you, it's fine.
No,
I definitely wasn't planning on stealing your channel.
Yeah, I heard you.
Alright, so, basically, okay, you know something that's always absolutely terrifying, no matter what the context is?
What?
The ocean!
The ocean is fucked up! Like, I'm just sorry, like, I don't fuck with the ocean.
Okay, I'm gonna not even lie, I'm pretty sure the first time we all played Subnautica, it was a horror game.
Uncle, the Leviathan, I'm sorry, but no. Just no. So much no.
The first time we all played Subnautica, we all thought it was a horror game.
No, it is a horror game. I don't know what you're talking about.
It doesn't matter who you are. We all thought it was a horror game at some point.
No, it is a horror game. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
So basically, is horror movies also whenever it comes to like certain
Phobias.
Yeah, certain phobias. Yeah, you can show a lot of stuff when it comes to that. Just make sure you don't like because that's like something that you'll get okay. You'll be like, I'm gonna close my eyes for this scene.
And it also depends on who you're trying to market it towards.
Now, if it's like something that's pretty mainstream, that's like generally gross out, then yeah, I mean, admittedly, you don't need to like censor anything relating to like, I don't know, if you're like making a movie about a giant shark, you don't need to.
I stole a Tapatio hat.
You're not helping.
That's just racist.
You're not helping.
No, I can't pick it back up. Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. Go on.
So basically, whenever it comes to this kind of stuff, you got a question. Okay, you got a question to ask, and that's whether or not you're like making half of the movie unwatchable for people with those phobias. You know that are generally.
And you need to figure out like what kind of audience, like I said, you're marketing towards, and you should figure out like what kind of audience like response you want. Like you want them to be like, "Oh, that's sick." Awesome.
I hate the amount of times that we've said like. I really hate the amount of times.
I know we said it a lot of times. We're like fucking Valley girls.
We sound exactly like Logan Paul.
Like what? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not even joking. This actually sounds like a distractible podcast.
I am so sorry, guys. Our English is dog shit.
Yeah, we literally have no English grammar at all.
Even if we're Americans.
Yeah. Fun fact, did you know that most Americans are actually worse at English than your average person from literally anywhere?
Yeah, America's kind of retarded, I'm sorry to tell you that. Did I just use the R word? Yeah, who gives a shit? It's 2023, 2024, get used to it, buddy.
Get used to it.
Okay, what was I gonna say? What did I say? No, I was trying to remember.
Phobias you don't have to care too much about. It's fine.
Alright, I'm gonna say this respectfully. Don't fuck with phobias, dude.
No, there are some people who will genuinely avoid a movie just because of phobias, but that's like a very small chunk of people. Even people with phobias will usually watch the movie.
Uncle me. There's one movie I want to watch, but I just don't want to watch it because of what it contains.
Let me guess. The Ring.
No, what's wrong with The Ring?
Really? You're not? I thought you were. Okay, I was about to say. There is a lot of people who won't watch The Ring because it's a genuinely scary movie.
I'll watch it. Also, Uncle, I may or may not have just accidentally done a bad job at trying to kill somebody.
How did you fail at the one thing that you're supposed to do?
Do you know Flaco, the mission where you have to deal with Flaco and the other gunslingers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I messed it up a little bit. Oh well, it's fine. I'll do it again later.
Good job.
The fuck is that? Anyway, so what were I saying before I distracted you? I'm sorry.
Yeah, generally, you don't have to worry too much about phobias in general, just because obvious reasons.
Yeah, but like I said, like, it just pushes away bits of your audience.
Like, it's not gonna drastically affect it, especially because most people, even if they do have a phobia of, like, I don't know, the ocean or something like that, they're not gonna get, like, heebie-jeebies just from watching the movie.
There was a pool! Oh my gosh, I'm so scared! There's a pool!
Play that one clip of Hank Hill from King of the Hills going, whoa!
Whoa!
Yeah, that right there. Whoa!
So yeah, that's one of the fine lines of horror, just phobias in general. You gotta tread carefully, otherwise you're gonna scare off a large majority of your audience.
Now, don't get me wrong, there are some people that actually do, like, me personally, I'm gonna tell you something real bad that I cannot, like, I actually can't, that actually does cause me to, like, genuinely, like, ugh,
get the heebie-jeebies?
Is, bones. Bones, when they, okay, if you ever seen, like, a scene where somebody will, like, break a leg or something, and it, like, you know, the like, 90-degree hairline fracture where it, like, slips straight through his skin?
Oh, yeah.
That. Ugh. No, there was a movie where, like, it was, a bunch of friends got stuck on an escalator while going
Frozen.
up to a, Yeah! Wait, no, hold on.
No, I'm being serious, that is the actual movie, Frozen.
It's called Frozen?
if I remember, do you want me to look it up again?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, a bunch of friends got stuck on an escalator, and one of them decided, all right, boys, I'm gonna take one for the country. And then he jumps
Yeah,
down.
Frozen. It was released in 2010.
Guy breaks his legs, and it has one of the most brutal scenes I've ever seen in my entire life, where the guy
Yeah,
just
I saw it, and
shatters.
ooh, it did not look good.
And then he sits there screaming for like 3 hours.
Yeah, I saw the scene. Ooh, it is nasty.
I had to close my eyes for that.
Dude, I don't blame you. Even I was like, oof.
Number one, because it triggers two different phobias at the same time. Because I personally, okay, listen here. I do not like high heights at all. A lot.
Man, me either. I don't like that. Like, I can look
I
at
don't
it
like
on
being
like
up high.
videos. I can look at it on videos because like it's just a phone. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, like whenever I'm
But
playing
in
a
real
video
life,
game,
I'm sorry,
perfectly-
but no.
If I'm playing a video game or something like that, or like I'm watching a video where like somebody's standing on like the edge of a mountaintop or something like that, or like a sheer cliff face, it's fine.
Yeah, like
But
I don't care.
If I'm near it personally, I'm like, oh dear God, what if a slight breeze goes
Yeah,
by and I
if
fall to
I'm
my
there,
death?
yeah, I'm sorry, brother. No, I'm going down. Like some people will
I'm
climb
running away.
Everest, climb the highest mountains with just their bare hands. Me, no. I'm sorry. My ass stays on my couch. I'm sorry.
I'm cowering in fear in my house.
I love my cozy bed.
Me personally, I prefer not to freeze to death up in the mountaintops.
Me personally, I don't like falling to my fucking death.
Another thing that happened during that movie that was absolutely brutal was the scene where the guy has to climb across the
Fend off
the cables.
wolves.
Yeah, no, he has to climb across
Yeah,
the
the
cables.
gloves
to get
were ripping.
down.
There was blood, and ooh.
Yeah, where his hands are ripping because of the cables, because of how cold it is, and his
And how
hands
sharp
are
it
so cold
is.
that it's just tearing his skin.
Yeah, that's like actually uncomfortable.
And then he slowly climbs all the way down after that. Or I think doesn't he fall, but he somehow manages to avoid breaking
I
his legs.
think so. I can't remember. I just know one of them gets mauled by a bear. No, not a bear. Fucking wolves. There we go. Wolves.
Yeah, he goes down and then he has to fight off a bunch of wolves with like a pole. That movie was brutal.
It was brutal, but I will admit I actually did like it.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Like I actually liked watching it because it was practical effects out the wazoo.
And the concept is great. Like one environment, roll with it.
It's an ordinary environment that you would never figure would be bad for you. which is
Especially
just
since you're
riding an
always told,
escalator.
"Oh, it's safety precautions. You know, you'll be safe here."
Yeah, wait, hold on. Doesn't he beat them to death with a ski pole?
Yeah, I think he beat one of the wolves with a ski pole.
Yeah, he literally is fending them off with a ski pole. The guy just literally is sitting there with his bleeding hands.
Hang on, I'm getting a phone call. You
fighting
keep
off
going.
A bunch of wolves. He's swinging the ski pole around like he's a gladiator down in Rome. Brutal, dude. Point is, it's a good movie. If y'all ever watch this and you want a good movie, go find that movie. It's a very good movie. At least when it comes to the practical effects. The storyline's pretty simple because it's just somebody gets stuck on an escalator.
I need to wash my hands because I touched the cat.
Well then, wash your hands.
I will. I'll be right back.
So, audience member / the one guy actually watching this. Actually, knowing Mario's live streams, no one's watching this. I need to chug Mountain Dew. I'll do that as a special. Yeah, I'll do that as a special for Mario, one of Mario's videos. I'll chug a 4 gallons of Mountain Dew in 5 minutes. Also, I really hope my TV isn't too loud because it's pretty loud. I don't know why I'm watching I Did a Thing right now, but I am. My dad is haunted by your pulsating groin bulge.
Where were we?
We were talking about horror movies and Frozen, the movie where, the guy breaks
Oh yeah,
legs.
Frozen. Yeah, Frozen's a great movie. Like, the controller died.
I was about to say, that was hilarious. You just randomly cut out.
Okay, okay. The uncomfortability is done, in my opinion, done good, because it plays into, I guess, to an extent, claustrophobia. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, but,
I mean,
claustrophobia, because they're in a tight space, they can't leave, they're stuck there.
I would say that, another thing, if you're a very paranoid person to begin with, a lot of people sometimes, especially,
avoid the movie, because it'll probably just fuck with you even worse.
Yeah, if you're a paranoid person, then generally you gotta worry about these kinds of things to begin with, and then also you gotta worry about how would I get out of that situation if you actually were stuck in it.
And we're saying this respectfully, we have nothing to worry about, ski lifts are perfectly safe. Trust us.
Obviously, ski lift companies, do not, please God, do not sue us.
Yes,
we are not slandering you.
Yes, we're slandering a movie.
We're not slandering you, we're slandering the movie for having bad ski lifts.
No, just bad, operators. Remember, they're the reason they got stuck.
How long were they stuck there again?
From nighttime to morning, I guess around, I think, take a guess, maybe
Once
8
again,
o'clock.
I don't know why they bothered jumping. Your average person could literally, I'm not even joking.
They can only survive a certain height, and at that point, they just die.
It's been a while since I watched it. At least your average person can survive almost a week without food, so they would probably be fine up there.
Depends.
Maybe.
But you need water.
Depends on how far they were
They
up.
need water, though.
Water you can survive almost 3 days with, so the chances of them not coming back within 3 days...
The ski resort was closed.
For how long again? I can't remember.
I think it was during the holiday.
Oh, dear.
So yeah, they were fucked.
Why would they just close down suddenly? That is literally just a problem with that particular
Okay, let me refresh your memory. So, they closed because while they were on the ski lift, one of the employees thought, oh, well, there's no one here, time to shut it down, time to go home.
That's not I'm pretty sure, don't they have, rangers to make sure that the park is, fully evacuated anyway?
I don't know, man. I don't.
Don't they have security?
Don't they have security? Actually, no, what do they have, security cameras?
Yeah, wouldn't they be able to see this? You know how easy it would be for their family to sue the bejesus out of this park?
I just fell into a river.
Well done.
I'm so sorry, horsey. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, they would have sued the shit. Even then, don't they have, like you said, security just to make sure no one breaks in, to make sure no one steals shit?
I imagine so. I mean, probably for the buildings, the actual ski resort buildings, but not the actual, mountain itself. So maybe there is a chance that could happen, but, I doubt that they would, just suddenly turn it off with no warning.
Yeah, but Uncle, there's this thing called, trespassing, so I'm pretty sure they would have had security guards.
I know, but it's a park, dude. What's he gonna do? Tell me what a trespasser is going to do in an empty park.
Raid the manager's. Fuck, I don't know.
What is he gonna gain from raiding the manager's office?
Receipts.
Ah, yes, I need to break into the manager's office so I can forge myself a membership.
A membership card. Oh my gosh.
Need to get myself a ski membership, baby. And then he just sees three people stuck on a ski lift and they're just yelling for help.
Okay, alright,
imagine the chances. Imagine the chances of that actually happening in the movie. He's just like, hey, you stuck?
Yeah, can you help me? No.
No.
You just yelled just like Russians improve Ukraine or Stark. Yeah, I don't know what you're. We don't really care about Ukraine right now. We're talking about horror movies. We're such assholes.
Are you reading comments?
Yeah, I'm such an asshole.
What is going on here?
Trespassing is complicated, just like Russians improve Ukraine or stalkers.
Okay, to be fair, that is a very good comment.
Yeah, but I don't care about Ukraine right now. I care about horror movies.
Trespassing laws are extremely complicated.
Yeah, trespassing is hugely complicated, because I remember I saw this one time, I saw this veteran, he got really pissy. I don't blame him, he got respectfully mad because this woman came onto his property, he chased her off, but the woman claimed, oh, he attacked me! He's a veteran! You know, he's bred to kill, I guess, and so they arrested him.
Yeah, on his own property.
Yeah, thanks a lot, U.S. You're real great.
Once again, trespassing laws are some of the most complicated things I've ever seen.
They are.
One is horror movies.
Yeah, they're really complicated and just like a huge legal issue to get into.
Actually, if I'm being completely honest, if you were to seriously look at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, any time that somebody actually breaks onto their land by accident, I'm pretty sure you could, theoretically, if you were their lawyer, you could argue. You could actually make the argument that they were trespassing.
Technically, yes. But you also need to remember the fact that...
I know.
Although they had a chainsaw.
I'm just saying that in theory, if you were like stuck and you were forced to be their lawyer, like I don't know, your family is being held hostage by them or something.
Uncle.
Yeah, your family's being held hostage by them, so you're just forced to try to get them out of this.
Uncle, I don't know how to tell you this, but they eat people.
You could theoretically be like, they were trespassing. I assure you, please God, give me my family back.
Uncle, they eat people.
I know.
I killed the sheep. PETA, please don't sue me, it's just a video game.
Imagine if PETA actually did go out of their way to sue you for the sake of this.
Fuck you, PETA. Suck my nuts. They're not even, I don't think they're even a government organization, I think they're just a charity. So in that case, PETA, suck my nuts.
You know, honestly, I wager if PETA were to make like a horror movie, it would probably be either the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life, or
you think the killer at the end says, "Go vegan."
Go vegan.
The whole movie is just a joke about veganism.
The guy's just like, no, he's like literally going full Hotline Miami mode. He's got the animal mask on.
There's a comment saying Uncle Death is cool. Sorry guys, I don't know what to tell you, but he's a piece of shit.
I was never cool.
We're all cool.
Except for me.
No, I'm just kidding. Uncle Death is cool. He says some of the most out-of-pocket stuff ever, and it makes for great content.
Alright, so, yeah, in terms of horror movies, there's a lot of stuff you can't do, but there
what is another topic you think we can't do for, like, horror movies in general?
Okay, horror movies. Stuff you can't do, generally, anyway. Let's think a bit harder, because we already went over the obvious stuff, like, you know, the things that are just, like, straight-up primal human nature that you don't want to look at.
What would be another... Yeah, I'm trying to think, too. What would be another one?
Obviously, we also went over bad writing as well. That's just a straight-up sin.
That's just our normal, like, movie thing.
If you write a bad movie, that's just a straight-up sin.
Yeah, like, that's just your problem.
That's unironically just a cinema sin right there.
Cinema sins. Ding!
Yeah.
Please don't sue us, cinema sins.
Imagine if we get, like, multiple suing notices, including, like, Pepsi Cola.
You get a fucking cease and desist from fucking cinema sins.
I get a cease and desist personally from Pepsi Cola tonight.
My sheep despawned, Uncle.
Oh.
I was going to give him to Pearson the fat shit.
Also, animals.
Oh yeah, animal cruelty. That's just frowned upon. That is just frowned upon.
I don't know if it's wrong or not.
Oh no, it is wrong, dude.
I don't know if there's a lot of people there's a lot of people that don't like seeing that kind of stuff in movies, including myself.
Yeah, I like my cats. I like my dogs. So seeing them being murdered is not cool.
Okay. You know that one scene where Michael in Halloween, he's like a dog.
Yeah, he eats a dog.
At him and then it's very implied that he murdered that dog.
Oh no, he definitely did. He definitely murdered the dog.
It's heavily implied. There is no way around it.
Yeah, so that's just, I can't roll it. Like, the reason why is that we associate dogs and cats like trusting, fun-loving, man's best friend.
Okay, that's the thing. That's the thing about it is the fact that, okay, the reason why I think we don't like it so much when we see it is the immediate association with animals as completely trustworthy creatures that would never betray you.
Yeah, you know, man's best friend.
Literally, not even joking. Man's best friend is literally a dog, and meanwhile, man's second best friend is other people.
Yeah, so like having like cats, dogs die is just depressing.
I would trust a dog to cover up a murder for me over a person, because unironically, a person is more likely to betray you in the long run than anything else on the face of the planet.
They're trusting, man. That's the problem. Like, that's just sad. Like, I'm sorry.
With an animal, also, they don't have a very, how would you say, grounded perception of what is going on, usually. When they see a person, they usually see, hey, friendly.
And it's, dude, I'm sorry, it's the eyes. The eyes, it's what gets me. They're so, like, oh.
I mean, look at the adorable puppies.
Like, I remember I saw this once. Alright, have you watched the movie Smile?
Oh god,
Mustache,
no,
dude, I felt genuine sadness.
Oh,
you remember the scene?
I don't want to be reminded of that movie because the final scene from that movie.
Is it bad that when I saw the scene, I didn't even look disturbed? I just had like a dumb look on my face, like.
No, I'm not even joking. I don't know why. When I first saw that scene, that was like something I'd seen like an Eldritch horror.
No, that is an Eldritch horror.
Unironically, that is terrifying. Why does it have so many teeth, and why does it crawl?
The teeth is meant to represent the amount of people it's been through.
Yeah, but why does it have to crawl inside of their mouth?
I don't know, but even I was a little disturbed.
Listen, man, I'm perfectly fine with you, like, I don't know, like, taking my soul, my body, I don't care. Just don't crawl inside of my goddamn mouth.
Okay, that's one thing I hate. Crawling, like, I guess, like, spiders, 8 legs, like, ugh, like, I just don't like it.
Okay, one thing I do have to say is human beings, when we're crawling, like, you know, like, the like, quick Mudman crawl from Left 4 Dead, that style of crawling has to be the most scary thing you could possibly see.
Yeah, because it's like it's a rabid human. That is actually scary.
It doesn't look. No, that's the thing. It doesn't look at all human in the slightest. From
and it's anatomically incorrect at the same time. Like, your body is not meant to bend like that.
It's just not supposed to go that fast while you're that, like, bent around. You're not supposed to be able to go that quickly. And if you're able to go that quickly, you need to get off that meth. Yeah,
it's just disturbing. Like, okay, so here's another thing. The sound of crawling. Alright, so, like, you know the cliche sound of, like, let's say a spider crawling here? It sounds like...
The little skitter, you know,
yeah, that gives me the shivers, man. Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, that kind of movement is usually associated with things that go bump in the night, so, you know.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Uncle. I mean this in the most respectful manner. No. Absolutely not.
You know something I just now had an absolutely hilarious idea that would be terrifying?
What's up?
Spider skeleton. As in, like, a skeleton, like a spider made from human skeletons.
Shut up. No.
So like a spider created from the bodies of human skeletons. So it's just like a bunch of human skeletons strapped together to create a spider.
Do not look this up, okay? I looked it up by accident, and I have been traumatized ever since. Listen to me when I tell you this. I saw a spider created from the corpses of humans.
Gross.
Uncle, when I say this, it looked like it came out of Satan's personal, I guess, zoo. I mean,
unironically, I'm not even joking. I'm pretty sure that sounds like something like a cult somewhere would make.
I close my eyes and I can still see I am still traumatized. It was that bad.
I like how every time you leave, I can't come up with anything interesting to say, so I just keep suggesting movies and video games.
No, that's the point. We're suggesting this stuff.
I know, but the last time that I said anything while you were gone, it was like something relating to your dick being small, and then immediately you came back.
Why do I bother inviting you to these podcasts, you dick? Did your dog bite you or something?
Ah!
Are you okay?
Why is that so sharp? Ugh.
Did you cut yourself or
I forgot
something?
to mention, I found a jawbone.
Excuse me?
I found a jawbone.
Human?
No, jawbone, just like an animal jawbone.
Uncle, if you said human, I would have questioned you so bad. I would have gone full like a detective.
Okay, it's an animal jawbone. The teeth are not human at all.
My brother, I am asking you this as your friend. Why do you just have a jawbone?
I don't know. I found it outside while I was on a walk down to the store, and I do not know what animal it's from. I just know that I have it now, and I don't know if it's cursed, and I don't know if it's like ancient Mesopotamian, but...
My brother, I'm sorry, but when you wake up, there's gonna be like a skinwalker on your bed.
Yeah, if there is a, like, skinwalker, I'm gonna have to ask him to please be gentle with my anus.
What?
I'm not joking, man. Those things are brutal.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
And this is why I'm invited onto his podcast.
Unfortunately, yes.
See, otherwise it would just be a madman sitting here rambling for no reason.
Yes, it would have just been me sitting on my ass saying random stuff.
Yes, it would. See, that's the thing. You need two people to make a podcast, or else it's not funny.
I should sell my horse. Anyway. Yeah, it needs two people. If it's just one man rambling, then it's just boring and just kind of sad.
It's just kind of a madman rambling.
Kind of sad.
Also, another thing, Ripper 2, we're making that soon.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're gonna delete the first one.
We're remaking it.
Yeah, we're gonna delete it and then do it again.
I hope that the one guy watching this is hype as hell for this.
Yeah, because this time we're gonna genuinely try.
We're gonna do our best. We're gonna. I don't know. I'll get James Corden to overview the entire thing.
Fuck James Corden.
I'll get my sculpture of Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, I'll get Chris Hemsworth to do a voiceover for the entire thing.
We'll pay him in coupons to McDonald's.
Imagine if that actually worked.
If it did, I would be the dumbest and most smartest man on the face of the planet.
The most intelligent man on the face of the planet is
also the dumbest man ever.
The dumbest, smartest man on the planet.
What's it called? It's called the. Should we just call it the Ripper of Los Santos or the Los Santos Ripper or?
Check your hold on, chat. Suggestions, names.
Yeah, we have two. The Ripper of Los Santos or the Los Santos Ripper.
Already? You know how it is. People is happy.
What's your suggestion, boys? I know you got something in that noggin of yours. The one guy watching at the middle of the night.
Los Santos Ripper 2. No.
Works at Guthrie Farm.
Anyway, back to ow, my toes.
The small holder.
I broke my toes. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Uncle Dunkle, my friend. What's another one? What's another subject about the fine line of horror?
The fine line is also another thing in and of itself. Like, naturally, the fine line of what we're accepting in this modern era is pretty defined by the era itself, actually.
Yeah, that's fair. But what else do you think we should try? Like, what other...
Another thing, generally in horror movies, for some reason, I don't understand this one thing. This isn't even a part of the fine line itself. This is just something I don't understand. We're perfectly fine in horror movies showing, like, actual straight-up ultra-violence. But then the moment that they're trying to like film a particular scene that involves like any character being in the nude, they immediately start getting iffy. Dude, you literally just recorded somebody having their goddamn head chopped off, and now you start to get questioned. Now you start to question yourself.
I love the scene where they ripped out his organs with his bare hands. One split second of a man's ass cheek. Oh my gosh, how could they?
Oh my god, what are we doing? They're not savages.
The horror.
I'm not even joking. I actually pretty sure there was like there was actually a random like person online that was like actually complaining about it. And they were literally just just sitting here with this absolutely banger statement of we're okay with watching people having their eye sockets ripped out, but no, the moment one nipple shows on screen, that's when we're not okay with it.
This reminds me of a quote I fucking saw from like there was this. All right, have you watched? Okay, it's fine if you don't know it, but there's a scene Homer Simpson versus Peter Griffin, where Peter is stuck in a cannon. And fucking Krusty the Clown says, "Remember, kids, TV violence is okay as long as you don't show a nipple."
Accurate.
Like, why are people so pressed about it?
I don't understand. It's the human biology, man.
Dude,
if you wanna
millions of years ago, we were running around butt-ass naked.
I'm not even joking. Even back then in the ancient medieval ages, if it was too hot, people would just rip their clothes off and run around the streets.
And they wouldn't care. They'd probably say, "Oh, what the fuck's wrong with you?" But they're not gonna, like, call the police on you.
If anything, they're probably gonna sit there and admire how hung you are.
Oh my gosh, have you seen Sir Peter? He has chiseled ass, he does.
Oh my god. He's hung like a horse.
He's got chiseled abs. I love how I said chiseled ass and chiseled abs.
Holy shit, he's fucking hung like a horse.
By the gods. What the fuck is wrong with me?
No, like, here's like the image in my head. He's like standing there with like the widest stance humanly possible, like jimmying his arms back and forth, like, come look at this.
Oh my goodness, he could deadlift me.
Unironically, I wager that wouldn't even be that abnormal.
It would not be abnormal at all.
Meanwhile, nowadays, if you see a guy walking down the street without a shirt on, you'd probably immediately be like, what the hell is wrong with that man?
Yeah. You know, what else was I gonna... Yeah, it's a really weird thing that people get pressed about. Like, dude, I already said this, like, millions of years ago, we were running around butt-ass naked. It's human nature. And, dude, why do you care? Do you think these actors really go around with, like, just shirts off and like, oh, look at me? No, dude, it's just a scene. It's fictional. Calm the fuck down.
The only person that ever would have the right to walk down the street completely ass naked would be, like, Terry Crews, and that's it.
What about, hear me out, Idris Elba?
Okay, admittedly.
What about The Rock?
Now, okay, admittedly, yes. Okay, now, the thing is that the issue that I find that I don't understand is why they bother censoring nudity, but they don't bother censoring the extreme violence going on in horror movies.
Next scene, a man just got his heart ripped out by his bare hands and he got eaten alive. That's fine. There was a nipple. Oh my gosh!
Literally, that's unironically the reviewer's thought process. They're sitting there like, alright, I just watched a guy have his goddamn trachea ripped out, turned into a smoothie, and drank in front of him. And then I saw one male ass cheek, and I'm immediately giving it an M rating.
Like, dude, like, is it like bias? Like, what is it? Like, I'm genuinely confused. Like, what is it? Like, just what is it?
I don't know, unironically. I think it's just like movie reviewers not being manly enough to understand the fact that if you can't admire that another man is extremely chiseled, then you are just not a man.
Uncle, I love. Hang on, pause real quick. Uncle, do you have the long barrel for the Cattleman revolver?
Yeah.
Who doesn't? It looks awesome. Anyway, back to it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's a human body. Dude, you get butt-ass naked when you shower, but are you gonna look yourself in the mirror and be like, oh my gosh, I look disgusting?
I wager that that's how the reviewers, like, they sit there in the shower, they're just like, I'm disgusting.
You think they're like fucking, you think they're like a priest, they're like full celibate, like, I can't even look at my own body, that's disgusting.
Like, the moment they see it in the movie, they like immediately go, Dios mío, and they immediately bless themselves.
You think they like throw a Bible at the TV?
They like you know how you can cross yourself where you like do the, or just tap, 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 and then immediately just
no, they throw Bibles at the TV.
They just start dousing it in holy water, screaming, ouch, demon!
How dare you show me an ass cheek!
Okay, I can understand some things, like, for example, if you're trying to keep that kind of content away from kids, but the thing is that it's a horror movie. It shouldn't be being watched by kids to begin with. There's also another problem with it.
Just, I guess, excessive nudity.
Okay, that's another thing. That is it's acceptable to censor something if it's like going over the board into excessive.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, this is a horror. I came in knowing what I would get. Just why this though? There's other things you could do.
Listen, man, if you wanted to make pornography, you could have just made porn.
Yeah, just why this of all things?
You could have made Dad's VHS tape. I forgot we were going to censor that.
Dad's VHS tape.
Add in the bleeps later.
Add in the beeps.
Add in the bleeps later. Don't worry. It's fine. Actually, what am I talking about? You're not making money off this.
None of us are.
I was about to say, even if I do want this video to reach people, I don't think it's going to reach people to begin with.
One moment.
Nothing like talking about horror movies to get that blood flowing. It's time to kick ass and chew gum, and I'm all out of ass. I'm just gonna chew gum then. Good gum. Good stuff. PSA, don't do white powder, kids. It's not good for you. I assure you.
I got some Panda Express.
Ah, you got fake Chinese food.
Hey, the food is good either way.
Okay, I don't know why, but I just had like a random fit of, how would you say nostalgia? You ever heard of a game called Sleeping Dogs?
I know of it. Did I play it? No. I just know it's a thing. And yes, I know it was on the Wii.
Dude, I don't know why I enjoyed it so much, but
it was so violent. I seen videos of it.
Dude, it was so violent, yet it was such a well-designed game.
I like the aesthetic, the whole gray, all that.
Yeah, like how the entire game is kind of like very, how would you say, like dark.
Monochromatic.
Yeah, like the entire game is kind of dark.
I like it. It looks good.
Another thing I always loved is the melee systems in that game.
It was hella violent.
Dude. You know that one takedown where you grab them, you take them over the sliding the shutter on the shutter on the carts, and then you slam them in there and just jump up, grab it, slam it down on them.
Yeah.
Slams the shutter down on them, and it literally hits them with such force it literally leaves a dent in the shape of their body on the shutter. God, that game was so brutal.
It was, but that's life.
I mean, it was brutal for Xbox days because most of the game...
it got approved for the Wii.
Yeah, it was brutal for Xbox days, especially the part where, like, if you grapple somebody, you could literally perform an arm breaker maneuver on them.
So it's essentially Mortal Kombat, but you're an asshole.
It's Mortal Kombat, but you're in the triads for some reason.
I should have never suspected anything more from a game called Sleeping Dogs.
Good old Sleeping Dogs.
Anyway, where were we?
We were talking about horror movies and...
What else?
I forget what part... I forget what part we were at.
Yeah, even
I think
forgot.
we were talking about nudity in horror movies.
Yeah, there we go. Like, why do people get so pressed?
I think it's just because of the idea of, like, what if a kid sees this? But, like, if a kid's watching
a horror movie.
I was about to say, if a kid's watching a horror movie, like,
that's his problem.
You have failed. You have failed as a parent.
I feel like these are the type of ones that give their kids an iPad and say, alright, go away, don't annoy me.
I was about to say, if you are allowing your kid to just watch, like, ultra-violent horror movies, then, yeah, you've already failed and you should just give up.
And you have no one to blame but yourself.
Yeah, you should unironically just give up, give the kid over to, like, child services at that point.
Or there's a small chance they'll grow up into us, horror movie enthusiasts.
Hey, I mean, you never know. They might grow up and be complete lunatics like me and good old Mr. 1980s here.
Yeah. Well, we'll start podcast and talk about Incest, the video game.
Good old Incest, the video game.
I do commend the game, though, that it is actually telling you that it is optional, it's not mandatory. Like, that's nice, at least. At least they're saying, hey, man, you don't have to do this, but if you want to be a sick fuck, then by all means.
This has to be... I love how you were planning on doing this when, like, hype for this game was at its, like, biggest. So, like, you know, the biggest spike, so it was pretty popular.
More or less,
but
it's
now,
halfway there. I wouldn't say it's still the biggest. I guess it's still big because of the controversies.
Yeah, now it's, like, okay, but, like, I like how because of the fact that we waited so long, it's now no longer exactly up there.
To be fair, my console would decide to have a seizure, so what can you really do?
Yeah, I mean, what can you do about it?
What can I say except they didn't want me to make a podcast?
What can I say except go fuck yourself?
Okay, buddy.
Okay, I don't know why. So, okay, that's the issue with, like, nudity in horror movies, is that I don't know why you would get all pressed about it to begin with.
Like,
beyond,
dude,
I don't know.
Like I already said this, like, as a joke. You get butt-ass naked in the shower. Do you have a problem with that? Do you want to wear clothes in the shower?
I don't know if it's just, like movie reviewers being extremely self-conscious about their body and just being like, I couldn't be like that. I don't want anyone to see that.
Yeah, and also, I'm gonna be a little biased here, but dude, it's a body. Like, I understand, like, some people will say, yeah, I do agree to an extent Hollywood does create, like unrealistic body proportions, but dude, it's their bodies. Let them be happy.
Once again, I don't care. If at this point, okay, number one, I'm not expecting everybody to, like, if you expect everybody you've ever met to look like that, and that's why you're being self-conscious, you are so wrong in so many different ways.
And you are just so far gone.
Yeah, at that point, your brain is deteriorated. All you'd need to do is take one look in a McDonald's, and you would immediately realize that there are people who have different body proportions.
Yeah, go to your local McDonald's and then look at a movie and you'll see, damn, it do be looking a little different.
They do be kind of looking a little bit off. You know, one of these things is not like the other.
Why aren't they all supermodels?
Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, don't get me wrong. There is a good place for stuff like that, obviously. If you're trying to convey that, like, oh, these people really, like, love each other real bad, and then they get fucking murdered in the worst way possible.
I like how you have to swallow your microphone just to emphasize that.
Accurate. I had to add extreme emphasis.
Thank you
basically,
for murdering
you gotta use
my
it sparingly. If you go over the top with it, then there is already, like, there's a problem here. You really should have just, you know, gone out of your way and just made Dad's VHS tape instead.
I'm trying to talk to you and eat the food. I'm so sorry.
It's a fine. All we need is a makeshift ASMR. Time to kick gum and chew ass,
Welcome
and I'm
to
all
our
out of
ASMR
gum.
session, guys. Please don't tell me you hear me chewing on my food.
No.
Oh, thank goodness.
Also, that's another thing I love about horror movies. The archetypes that you see among characters.
Yeah, there's also, you know, the cliche stereotypes. The bimbo, the jock, the nerd, the dumbass, the cop. All
the
that.
Badass.
Yeah.
And
don't
also,
forget
I love the fact,
original,
okay,
the final girl.
One thing I always did hate about the, like, 90% of horror movies, the final girl stereotype is so overdone Because anytime I'm watching a horror movie, I could probably give a 50% guess that it's going to be a girl that makes it to the end.
For me, the reason why I just don't like the trope, in my personal opinion, is the fact it's not done right. Like, what does she do? What does she do to earn it? Like, did she fight back? No! She just survived. She just walked around the street.
To me, it's kind of boring. I want, like, some kind of variety for the sake of at least, like, having something to wonder who's going to survive.
But I will admit that it is kind of interesting to watch to an extent. You get what I mean?
Like, okay, one of the few movies that did it right was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They had a final girl, a final guy one time, as well as a couple more.
I'm so sorry to say this, but the original one, no. She tried, but actually, no, I like the. Actually, no, I'm with you on this one. I like it because it feels real. Like she was there, wrong place, wrong time, but she made it. She survived these psychos, you know.
Got lucky, basically.
Yeah, that's what I like, because it's meant to feel realistic. Like, my goodness, she escaped. Like, this is real.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was in the remake, or actually, I think it was in, like, one of the...
you're talking about the remake?
Ones going... No, hold on. There was a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie where there was two guys in the movie, and they were both apparently drafted. One of them burns his card.
Oh yeah, no, that's the prequel, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre prequel.
Yeah, so the one guy who didn't burn his card takes the blame for it, gets the absolute shit kicked out of him, and then the other guy confesses to it, and he just gets fucking nailed.
But he gets hella nailed. Yeah, Dean.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, doesn't the one guy that didn't burn his card, the guy, he actually gets out alive, I'm pretty sure, right?
No, they all die.
Wait, what?
They all die. It's a prequel, dude. What do you expect?
I didn't remember that. I actually genuinely remembered something or other. Someone escaping. I can't remember who.
Oh, yeah, the girl escaped, but she got killed.
Yeah, once again, it's just the final girl trope, in my opinion, that always gets on my grinds, my gears, because I have, literally, if I see any female character in that movie that is a part of the main cast, I could probably make a 100% guess that she is going to be the final girl.
You don't like women?
It's just annoying. No, it's not that. It's just the fact that there is no random chance to it, you know? Like, I can, like, be like, who's gonna make it?
Hang on.
It's just...
There's something you reminded me of. I'm trying to remember. Hang on. Backtrack a bit. What were you talking about? Like, I'm trying to remember.
I was talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake, or prequel.
No, I know what you were saying. It's just backtrack, because I'm trying to remember, because you reminded me of something.
Going backward, final girl trope, how it removes the randomness from the, you know, who's gonna survive to situation, you know, the usual.
Okay, now I remember, Uncle. Here's a trope I really want to see tried more because I just find it interesting. The killer's going against the police. Like, I want to see them fight against, like, that's interesting. That's interesting.
You know, the only time I could ever see that ever working is if the killer is somehow supernatural.
Or unless they're really, really sneaky.
Yeah, they'd either need to be
Jason tried to take on
levels.
The police, and no, he got blown to shitterines by the FBI.
Yeah,
remember?
I was about to say, that was the FBI, dude. That was not the police.
But they're still law enforcement, you get the point. But dude, he got blown to shitterines. He went to the atmosphere.
Okay, the FBI are like, okay, if you were to compare the SWAT team to the FBI, that's like comparing the Navy SEALs to the Army.
Okay, you have a point, But
I was about to say,
Jason got blown to shitterines, dude.
I was about to say, that's like basically fighting special forces at that point.
I mean, at least he tried.
Well, I mean, he had a machete. What was he gonna do?
Say, do you want to play hockey?
Hey guys, you want to play hockey? I'm a real star player. My mom said so.
Get shot. Okay, yeah. So, but what do you think of that? Like the police going against the serial killer, like actually like trying to stop them.
I think it would be cool.
Yeah, I want to see more of that. Like, of course they'll probably.
I just think your killer would definitely. Your killer would definitely need to be supernatural in some way, or
just
really sneaky.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking like ultra, like Ghostface, but if he was on steroids.
But here's one critique of police about in movies. Whenever they're called to the scene of a crime, why do they always send like only two?
Yeah, why do they only send 2 when there's a like panicked teenager going, guys, there's a fucking murderer,
Look,
man,
Uncle,
there's a murderer.
I'm sorry, but this is the United States. If that realistically happened, they would have sent in the SWAT team, helicopters, news reporters, everything.
I'm gonna just say right now that, okay, I don't think they would have sent in the SWAT team, but at least 2
Actually, no, I think they send them in
cars.
if it's for, like, you know, a hostage situation.
Okay, bare minimum, here's exactly what I would expect. At least an SUV worth of officers, and that's probably the maximum I could ask for.
Yeah.
Now, if it was a bank robbery, you know for a fact that they would send literally the Navy SEALs in there because we love our money.
Yep.
Yeah, now basically, point is that one thing I always did want to see is either A, just like a movie where I genuinely can't guess who is going to be the... Also, another thing I hate. Why do the black guys get killed first?
That's an old stereotype, but it still does happen sometimes.
No, why? Literally, no, I'm not even joking. Go look at like any movie that is big and mainstream where there's a black main character. They always die first. Why?
The black guy always dies first.
Yeah, still, why? It just doesn't make sense.
Guys, we're not being racist. We're just being genuine. Like, this has happened before.
I know, but why? Like, why can't we finally have one of them at least make it decently far into the movie?
I mean, there are a few black characters. Like, have you watched the movie Get Out and Us? And Nope?
I mean, I've seen a couple of them. Nope was exclusively dedicated to that joke, literally.
The black guy.
Because,
yeah, I get it. I mean, to be fair, the first black guy was
the entire
kidnapped.
cast. Yeah, the entire cast is all black dudes. So basically, there can't not be any of them dying first because they all are.
They are quite literally the embodiment of the black guy always dies first.
Yeah, it's literally just that joke if it was a main character.
But yeah, I mean, there was the movie. Have you seen the movie Night of the Living Dead? You know that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it had like a black protagonist. But he didn't... Oh no, he did die. I'm sorry. Well, he died at the end. He died at the end.
I hate that trope, and I wish it would disappear.
For me, I don't really care about it. I just find it a little bit strange. Like, could you not choose anyone else?
It feels a little bit, you know.
Also, I wouldn't call it a professional critic, so don't quote me on this, but I think it goes back a little bit to racism, because it's like, most of the tropes came back from like old slasher movies like the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. I'm sorry, but there are still like, even after Jim Crow, there are still like hard feelings.
Okay, the closest I've ever seen a black character in a horror movie come close to actually reaching the end of the movie was in Friday the 13th. I think it was part 4.
Yeah, Julius. No, it was Julius. You're talking about Jason Takes Manhattan.
No. There was another one where it was the double-bitted axe. He gets hit in the back with a double-bitted axe while he's running up to the house.
Sounds familiar. I'm trying to remember.
I think it is part 4.
Are you sure? Because I can't remember. Are you sure it's part 4?
Yeah, no. Okay, you know okay, so there was a double-bitted axe. So the guy's, Jason's like slowly walking towards him.
Okay.
But naturally he runs away.
Obviously.
He runs up to the house, and as he's running, all of a sudden Jason remembers, wait a minute, I can throw things, and then he throws the axe at him.
No, that's the remake, that's the remake.
That happened in the remake?
Yeah, the remake, the 2009 version or something.
I could not remember that from the remake.
I can assure you, man, it is from the remake.
Well, whatever. Either way, it happened, and also, that was the closest I'd ever come to seeing a character that is African-American reach the end. Closest I've ever seen. Now, I haven't watched Nope, by the way, so I would not know about that. I am going to watch it soon, so maybe.
Hang on.
Give him what you've got.
I ain't giving him nothing.
Anyways, isn't Nope a bit more of like a comedy horror movie? You know, like one of those that, what are they called? You know, the scary movie types, you know?
It's actually a little bit genuinely just... Dude, there's this one... Okay. Gordy's home. Just... I will not explain it. You need to witness it yourself. But I will say this. What you will see is honestly kind of depressing because it mimics a real crime that happened in real life. Just look it up. It's called, Gordy's Home.
Okay.
Alright, but like I said, do not watch it. Don't watch it. You need to watch the full movie to just get into it, I guess.
Okay.
Trust me, you need to see the movie. But Nope, the thing about Nope is that sometimes it behaves like a bit of a comedy movie. Sometimes emphasis on.
I was about to say the entirety of the trailer was like it seemed like it was joking the entire time. You know?
It feels like it's a comedy movie, but I could assure you.
If I was to go in there watching it blind from just watching the trailers, I would have assumed I was in for like a scary movie type experience.
Well, Uncle, I can say this as your friend. You are so wrong.
Yeah, no, like just watching the trailers, I was assuming it was going to be like a, you know, a memey, jokey, scary movie type, you know, like those spoofs.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but I can assure you it's none of that.
That's kind of surprising, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it is a little surprising.
I never watched it. Granted, I'm interested now.
You should watch it. Yeah, guys, now we're sponsored.
So if we get sponsored by that movie after this random, random
the movie's been
talk
out
about...
for like a year, like 2 years at this point, I think. Getting sponsored by an old movie.
Yeah, you know another trope about, actually, I know that this has nothing to do with the fine line of horror, but we've just been kind of going over minor tropes that piss us off in minor ways.
Yeah,
so,
tropes and lines of horror, so it's fine, but just go on.
Yeah, so basically now we're into tropes. So, yeah. At this point, I would say definitely that certain things, you know how sometimes for some reason they'll be perfectly fine showing like literally like straight up Satan worship or something weird like that, but then they like get like weird about the gore in the movie after that.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen. Like they'll do like the big climax thing, but then they'll like stop being as gory throughout the rest of the movie, so that way like it feels. I don't know what they're trying to do there, or if they were trying to make the movie seem better than it is, but it's happening.
It's very confusing. Like sometimes they'll do it, and I wonder, like, dude, why? Like, what are you getting?
Like, why calm down now?
You were fine with showing some dude, I don't know, have the most intense sex scene, a man getting his organs ripped out, but climax? Hey, let's tone it down. Like, what do you mean? You had no problem with that like 5 minutes ago.
Another thing, there was one Texas Chainsaw movie where they literally, I'm pretty sure they, like, threatened one of the female characters with rape from Leatherface, and that disturbed me. That disturbed me to my core.
Which one are we talking here? Because now I'm very concerned.
I think it was Next Generation, I think.
That movie is ass.
No, I think it was the one... It wasn't Next Generation, I think it was Part 3.
Part 3?
I think it was Part 3. It might have been Part 3.
Okay, thanks for telling me to never watch it.
Dude, the Leatherface, like, the entirety of the Texas Chainsaw movies, they decrease in quality as it goes. Like, Part 1 and 2 are amazing, but then Part 3 and 4, they're just, like, bargain bin trash.
Oh, no, they are most definitely bargain bin trash. Speaking of incest, Uncle, I found them. I found the incest couple in Red Dead.
Oh, of course. I forgot that you literally, if you take even a single sip, you immediately get mugged.
Yeah, I found the incest couple.
Are you gonna take a sip, or are you just gonna leave?
I'm gonna take a sip because I want to rob them, you know?
I mean, you could just not take a sip, get back up, and then walk straight upstairs.
Yeah, I know.
I ain't no gas miss. I'm just
But whatever.
Yeah, so more tropes. What are more tropes that we have?
And we got food on
The blonde bimbo, I guess.
The police being absolutely fucking useless.
Yeah, like, we already mentioned this. There's a murderer. Like I said, at best, they'll send an SUV. You don't just send in 2 cops. They have a knife. That is a weapon. What the fuck are 2 cops gonna do? If it's a shotgun...
what is okay, tell me what two cops with maybe their patrol shotgun and or SMG going to do against a guy that's running around with a goddamn, like, machete / axe / chainsaw / murdering tool of any variety.
Give them a ticket.
Hey, buddy, that's gonna fine you $400. It's payable within 30 days or it doubles.
Go check on her, will you?
Oh yeah. Okay, that's another thing. Zombie tropes. I hate the horror, like, you know, the horror stylings of zombie movies, where they'll try to be like, they'll try to stop what they're doing to have like a minor, like, spooky encounter. You gotta pick one. Like, don't try to bleed over into multiple categories, you know?
And how does the U.S. government fall so easily, dude?
Yeah.
We are one of the world's best superpowers, and you're telling me we're losing to Dale from across the street who can't even walk.
Yep.
Like, I'm sorry, just
Also,
no. The
another
military
thing,
would
you
have
ever seen
wiped
the
the
movie?
floor with them.
Have you ever seen the movie? Tucker and Dale versus Evil?
I love that. I've watched it so many times, and my goodness, I love that movie.
It's such a good movie. Also,
It
that's
is
another
painfully
thing.
funny.
Like, I love the fact that they actually go through the obvious trope that because they're countrymen, they're obviously like incestuous murderers out in the country.
I know, I saw it. It was like pretty funny. One of
That's
the scenes
like the
I loved the
entirety.
best was like, you know where like Dale was like trying to grab his beer that he dropped on the floor, and it looks like he was giving him head.
Yeah.
That was one of the funniest ones. It makes it worse that the shirt was off.
I understand. The whole point is that it's like it's a spoof style movie.
It's a cliche movie. But it's done so well.
You think you're getting a horror experience, but then you immediately realize I don't think that this is a horror experience.
It's like scary movie.
Yeah,
The first one. That one's done really well.
I love those kinds of movies, but there have been way too many movies that try to do both at the same time. You know,
It's
where
a
they
shame
try
they're
to be
not done well anymore.
No, where they try to do a spoof, but they also try to be a serious horror movie at the same time.
They just
like,
fail
that's terrible.
spectacularly.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea to try to do that. So if anybody that's actually watching this is going to make a horror movie, don't try to do both at the same time. Just pick one and stay to it.
Yeah, like, how you want a spoof movie meant to be taken as a joke, but you want it to be serious? Make up your mind, dude.
There has been way too many movies that do that, and they actually are just either like really bland because of it, because you don't know whether or
Winnie
not
the
they're
Pooh.
trying to be funny or not.
Winnie the Pooh.
Oh god, I hate that. I don't know why. I don't want to talk about that movie. No, there's one scene in that movie where literally, Pooh runs up with I don't know, he grabs this random, one of the random bimbos from the lineup of useless characters that they have there because they have no personality.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately, for some reason, he pulls her shirt off and then kills her.
What?
He pulls her shirt off, then kills her, instead of just killing her.
Remember what I said about excessive nudity?
No, literally, he's going after the excessive nudity, even though it adds nothing. It literally adds nothing to anything here.
Really bad fan service. That's not even fan service, it's just stupid.
Like, literally, I didn't come here for OnlyFans content, man.
Like, brother, this is a horror movie. Even if it's ass, I come in to know what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah, the moment I saw that, I was like, oh dear God, what have I gotten myself into?
Alright, Uncle, explain the movie. Just what did you witness?
So the
what crimes
entirety
did you
of the
witness?
movie is basically you have a bunch of bland, useless teenagers that are basically just nothing but gore piles waiting to be slaughtered because they have no personality. They go out into the 100-acre wood, which, by the way, apparently Christopher Robin grew up, and he kind of just abandoned Winnie the Pooh and everybody else.
I mean, if I was a little kid back then, yeah, I'd probably think it was fake.
Yeah, so basically he abandoned all of the, stuffy animals out there, and apparently it turns out that they actually need to eat and shit like that. So, they kind of had to eat Eeyore and all them.
They ate Eeyore?
Yeah, also, apparently somehow they managed to eat Tigger, even though he's literally a tiger.
He's a tiger. He would have won.
A tiger would have mauled the bejesus out of Piglet.
No. Tigger, he wins. He's the king. He's the king of the forest.
Yeah, no, I don't care what you think. A bear is not going to beat a tiger in a fight.
I don't care if he has a mallet. That is a tiger. You don't win.
There is no winning against a tiger. All it takes is one swift chomp to the neck and you're done.
Yeah, no, just one quick slap and it's game over.
Now, against a bear, it would most likely need to be a neck shot because, bear.
Uncle, who wins in a fight, a tiger or a bear? Not winning the Pooh, I'm just being serious, a tiger or a bear?
Okay, bears have certain advantages that tigers don't, mainly having extremely thick skin and a lot of, fat around them, but, mainly it's probably just going to be a question of who gets a hold of who first.
Yeah, that is true, but in your opinion, who do you think wins?
I wager that Tigger would have won it because, number one, do you see Winnie in that movie? He looks like he can barely see. I doubt that obese bear that eats nothing but honey would have the muscle mass required to kill a goddamn tiger.
I just hogtied an incest sibling.
Good job.
This is essentially the uncle. Behold, the coffin of Andy and Leyley. But it gets violent!
The both of them. Take them both to the sheriff.
You actually can't arrest them. That's really funny for some reason. I just killed Andy with a shotgun blast to the face.
Accurate.
Andy and Leyley, if it was canonically accurate.
So basically, in terms of things I don't like, that movie continues on after that. They go to the 100-acre wood. The useless teenagers do. They go there for some reason. I don't know why. I can't actually remember. I guess my brain is just full of scarring.
I don't blame you, man. The movie sounds like ass. Is it bad I didn't just want to watch it just because it sounds so bad?
My brain is literally full of scarring tissue after seeing it.
Uncle, is it bad that when I first saw the movie, I thought it was one of those, it's so bad it's good?
No, it's not. It's like so bad it cycles into good all the way over back into bad again.
So it's not even so bad it's good, it's just bad.
Yeah, it's like bad. Not the Michael Jackson variety. So the point is that they
Michael Jackson?
Not the Michael Jackson variety of bad.
Just, who's bad? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Basically, they go out to the woods. They go out to the 100-acre woods. They go to a cabin, obviously, because of course they do. Because
of course there's a fucking cabin. There's always a cabin in the woods. But,
reference.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Anyway, go on.
So, they go out there, and then immediately spooky happenings ensue, as it turns out that the cabin apparently belongs to Winnie, and I think it belongs to them. I can't remember, unironically.
Okay, go on.
So basically, no, I don't think it belongs to them. They have their own cabin out in the woods, apparently, that they built somehow, even though they're animals.
Not sure how's that possible, but okay.
And then, so they go out of their way, after seeing these humans enter the 100-acre woods, they go out of their way to go and murder these people because, food, I guess.
Even Robin?
Yep.
Does Robin survive?
Actually, no, I think he shows up at the end of the movie. Apparently he's chained up in Winnie's basement for some reason.
What? Huh?
Don't question it.
I'm questioning it.
You don't need to question it.
I am very concerned. The fact that someone sat down and said, yeah, this has potential is just worrisome.
Yeah, the mere fact that a director looked over this and he was like, ah, yes, my magnum opus.
Then again, it is kind of funny because the character became public domain, so I will admit it is a little bit funny.
Okay, don't give me... Now, this is horrible use of public domain. Now, you want to look at a good use of public domain? Go look at the mean one.
But, okay, I haven't watched it, but Uncle, come on, don't tell me it's not kind of funny.
I know, it's literally a horror movie about the Grinch.
No, I'm talking about just the idea of Winnie the Pooh becoming a fucking serial killer.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely hilarious. But still, I don't understand it. It didn't feel like it had much...
I found the bones. Uncle, I found the bones. Now it's even more like the coffin of Andy and Leyley.
It felt like it was extremely uninspired to begin with. That's the thing.
I mean, what do you expect? The movie looks like
doing that.
Uncle, what do you expect? The movie looks like it was done with like a $5 budget, some cocaine, and a camera.
I'm not even joking. Also, for some reason, Winnie the Pooh wears a shirt now. For some reason, even though, like, actually, he wears like a flannel button-up, even though that's not a.
He's never worn a flannel.
Yeah, now he wears a flannel button-up for whatever reason, even though that's not at all the shirt he used to wear.
No, he just wears a normal red shirt. Yeah, a normal red shirt.
Yeah, he just wears a plain red T-shirt, and now he's wearing a red button-up for whatever reason.
That's not correct.
It's not right. It doesn't look right.
Uncle, how should I kill the sister?
For some reason, they went out of their way to make Winnie the Pooh in that movie just look like the creepiest motherfucker.
Yeah, he does look... No, he looks more like a diddler.
I'm not even joking. He looks like my Uncle Jimmy from around the fence.
So, Uncle, how should I kill the sister downstairs?
I don't know. Fucking light her on fire.
Last time I used dynamite. I, like, set up dynamite, shot it, and she blew up.
Nah, I have a suggestion. Go take her down to, like, a really shallow creek and just waterboard the shit out of her.
What if I just set her on fire? What, like you suggested?
That's what I would do if I were you. I'd just go down there, I'd grab her, pick her up, take her all the way down to the local creek and waterboard the bejesus out of her.
She's on fire now. Ah!
Good job.
I accidentally set myself on fire.
in the movie, so that's when the, like, I'm pretty sure that there's, like, a big kill scene where, like...
Okay, I am embarrassed and ashamed.